minute. And I thought, seeing as it was so hotly requested, today we would try out a Humankind naval run. Today's naval run will be without mods, but I think we should come back either before or after the DLC comes out, although it could mess with the mod packs, most likely will, and do another one with them, because there are also some fantastic naval mods. The extended naval overhaul in particular is a real gem. So, but either way, today we'll keep it relatively vanilla, plain and simple. I also want to make sure that you can hear me okay. So if you're tuning in live, Immortal Sin, Lazulai, Liam, Octopus, Mortish, hey, could you just let me know that you can hear me, and also that you can hear old Ben Kenobi?
Hello there.
Neat. We can hear you. The stream didn't start for me. Coming through loud and clear. I can hear you super well. Can you see me as well? You're good. Okay, brilliant. Sounds like we're good. Thank you for confirming. Oh, that's awesome. I can hear you both. Is it duplicating? I had to refresh, but I can hear you. Okay, looks like we're good. Handsome as always. Did you try and sweet talk me? Get out of here. It's too early on a Friday for that sort of carry on. All right, looks like we're good to go. Kia ora, Pete. Let's begin then. Both you and Obi. Oh, of course. Liam.
Hello there.
That one goes out to you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Let's begin then. And thank you to everybody who's already liked the video too. Appreciate you forward paying those. Suggest we play on fast or blitz? Absolutely. Game settings will be in the description. But Pete has read my mind. We're going to switch to a fast pacing. Tempting to do blitz, but blitz is just slightly too fast. I'll try and play my turns slightly faster, he says. Difficulty will go with Empire. I think Empire is a great balance between it being difficult and also not being completely beaten to all the wonders, because I'd like to try and at least get some of those. End conditions, pollution effects will keep them off. Do I want to customize these at all? Turn limit, Empire's vassalized, Mars conquered. Nah, I think that's probably fine. There's some thinking in turning that off, but I don't think so. I think we'll just go default. And then really the juice comes in when we're changing the world. Let's go... So we've got 7 competitors in total on a map built for 6. A normal map. So we're already slightly overcrowded. Let's keep that in mind. Maybe we'll just drop it down to normal. And then we can have a little bit more fun in here in these world settings. Now, I'm thinking 4 continents is probably a good number. Let's give them a chaotic shape though, because that's always fun. Climate will do standard. This largely affects the tiles rather than, say, the ocean levels or something like that. If you have any suggestions, by the way, and you're watching live, chuck it on in! And I see that the Twitch stream title has failed to update. Let me grab that while I can. Yes! Okay, yeah, if you have any suggestions, as I was saying, chuck them in. I'm happy to oblige. Also, thanks for all of your feedback recently, Pete. And I did see your comment. In fact, I even slapped it with the heart react, and your emails as well. Yeah, looks like a really interesting challenge. Almost video-worthy, rather than live stream. Maybe both, I'm not sure. Fascinating, though. I like that they've put that in. New world? You bet your backside we're having a new world. Island odds, let's go... Let's go. No. Let's go... Many? I feel like this kind of ruins the map, but we're gonna see. Hemispheres, we'll just go southern because it's the better one. World generation has to be a random if empty. Continent spread, we'll keep them regular, but we'll keep the form chaotic. So the best of both worlds. Lakes are pretty annoying in a naval playthrough. We're going to have just a few of them though. But they'll be small. We'll have few small lakes, some rivers, few cliffs because they just get in the way, and abundant, and natural. Alright, that looks really good to me. Oh, cool. Octopus, I'm glad you like them. I've really enjoyed making them too, actually. I've had so much fun making videos this week. It's been very fun. Okay, just make sure the submarine doesn't enter the lake. Okay, we're good. I'm hitting the start button, and we're good to roll. I really hope this goes well. The last stream went quite well on some metrics. Welcome if you're just tuning in as well. I see we've just ticked over 50 viewers. We should be starting around normal time, but I know that a lot of global time zones are changing at the moment.
Our universe contains infinite stories.
It could be plus or minus an hour.
About rocks and
All right,
ice.
let's skip the narrator and jump straight in.
A deep breath.
Is this a good
Looking
start?
across the
Actually, it looks like
landscape
it probably
and
is. Fantastic. How long have we been up for? 5 minutes and 30. Okay. Cool. All right, we've got copper, we've got ocean. Deep ocean tile, though, by the looks. But that's all right. I probably want to step onto this river, but let's move one this way
It's
and then
one of those
down like,
moments
hello,
that make you
beautiful.
feel like a small
Lake
thing
Baikal.
on a wondrous planet.
+2 food per state religion follower on territories follow state religion, +1 food on territories follow foreign religion. Okay. This is good. Now, it's not on our island, but we are sort of incentivized to want to cross the oceans in this playthrough. So actually, that's probably not a bad thing. I'm going to ignore the science and stick to the hello horses, stick to the river, because I wanted to find food, because we need to find population. Now, did I do that? No. Are you kidding me? Okay, we bounce down here, it gets us the extra dude. We then send the extra dude out to grab the science, which I thought was there. I'm very wrong, clearly. Okay, it was up there. That's fine. If we step over this side, we're going to be stuck by the river, but I think that's okay. I'm going to grab that.
You could learn what killed them.
I love it when a plan comes together. Look, here's another one. We're pumping out units left, right, and center. It's fantastic. Hey, Dark Blue Wolf. We've got some very nice rivers. It's a shame we don't have some nice ocean. Although we do actually have a little cluster up to north. Hey, what about Dune, Octo? Maybe? Huh? Okay. I know exactly what to do. Well, maybe. This unit goes down to the south. And then we send some sort of scientific explorer over that way. We also want to settle both of these. Probably this guy actually settles that. So let's just break up these units. Send them off their merry way. Looking for... yeah, that, actually. Good. All right. Our first era culture is going to be a fairly interesting one. What speed is this? Fast speed! Settings are in the description if you're just tuning in. For our naval culture at the start, we're probably just looking at the Phoenicians, right? Probably. I mean, war, food on rivers would be a great start. The Harappans look fantastic. Even the Egyptians wouldn't be too bad, but I think it has to be the Phoenicians. So I'll keep my eyes peeled for the Phoenicians to be stolen, right? Down here at these notifications. Unknown, but we need to keep an eye on that and just make sure that no one takes the Phoenicians. Because I'd like to hang around in this era for just a little bit longer. We're playing on fast speed, so I can't muck around forever, but a little bit more I feel is probably a good idea. Why? Because I said so. No, because, ideally I want to at least get this knowledge star. Maybe some of the others, but really it's just the knowledge star, actually. And wham, bam. So close. So close to a thank you, ma'am. There it is. I'd also like to settle my 2 territories, if possible. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but it would have been nice. It would have been really nice. Let's grab astronomy for our legacy trait. Always a good grab. I'm going to do it. And... yes. Do we want to take this horse one while we're here? We probably want to settle it near-ish to the ocean. Honestly, grabbing the 5-9 is probably not terrible. I'm going to do it. It feels bad, man, but it ain't. I'm also going to quickly settle that too. Is that a mistake? Let's check the cultures once more. We're fine. Okay, let's go through another turn. What I would like to do is move through with 2 outposts ready to become cities, so we can just smash straight out the gate. Speaking of smashing straight out of the gate, 50th Cal! Hey, I think I've also fixed something. Are you ready for this? I just want to... It should all be working fine, but... Forward warning. There may very well be some issues, but 50th Cal, here is a voice changer for you.
Thank you so much for the US $4.99 super chat from the 50th Cal. Simply says Jumbo. That is brilliant. And you
are brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I'm not sure if I can turn it off now. And also more t-shirt. I mean, has it really been 6 freaking months? Get out of town. That is awesome. Thank you for 6 months. Really enjoyed your last videos. I'm super hyped about Victoria 3. Hope you'll play it. Maybe you can even play it before release. Well, maybe. Okay, and it sounds like the voice changer is off, which is always good. Yep, it is. I hope you enjoyed that.
It was just for you.
Crazy.
It's too much fun. Okay, anyway, let's carry on. And yes, absolutely, I plan on playing Victoria 3, which is a great question. It looks really fun. I'll at least play it around launch. Just because super interesting. And I feel like as a Paradox game, it's probably going to be, you know, fairly good regardless. Like, they just get good stuff from me anyway, this kind of stuff that I'm really interested in. So yeah, you can bet your backside that you'll see some of it. Absolutely.
Stop the voice. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, thanks. It says it's off on my end. That is an issue. That is a slight UI issue on my end, but not the end of the world. Thank you for letting me know. Looks like my on and off light just does nothing. Literally just does nothing. The video was told to be starting at 3:55 a few minutes ago. I'm not sure what you're on about, but yes, you're right. It is 9 AM gaming, whoever said that. New Zealand time. Love it. Okay. Change it with every donation. I usually do change it with every donation. I don't know if keeping it on is a good idea. Oh, love down to Christchurch too. And it's off now. That's good. Yeah, that light, interesting. For context, a boring story, my light says it's still on. But I'm going to take your word for it. All right. I also want to grab the Nubians probably now. We could hang around a bit longer, but there's kind of no point. Maybe we wait for this to be established. It's probably irrelevant. What we'll do is relocate this to somewhere better yielding. Here has an extra 7 food and 1 industry, so that's really good. Or if we hang around a bit longer, we can min-max some of the yields, though. I would have liked to have grabbed a bit more food for a few more populations. You know what? Let's do it. Just because we have discoveries literally in eyesight of every single unit on the goddamn map, we're gonna do it. And then maybe also these guys could go down here and teach this woolly mammoth a lesson too, because they yield some good resources. Or do we just go there? Well, it's ran away from me now, so I don't get to do either. That'll teach me. That'll teach him all right. Okay, yeah, that was really good. I'm happy I did that. And now all of these places have been settled. We're going to relocate this one as well because it's only 6 influence. Although, if we keep it near here, we can get some early adjacencies. Although we're likely to just have harbors, so the early adjacencies do not even matter, really. We could try and stuff it up against the coastline here to farm these, but nah. We'll just do it there. I think that's fine. Okay, we're going to move through our first era. There's really no decision to be made, so I won't bother putting a poll. It's the Phoenicians. Plan to finish the challenge. Do the challenge Pete was talking about. Loads of challenges to do. Absolutely. And yes, hopefully. Hopefully. And to answer your question from earlier, Pete, I've really enjoyed focusing on videos. Yeah. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy the streams. I would probably prefer to be doing the streams full-time rather than the videos full-time. But they offer different things. It's kind of nice to swap between them for a bit of a change of pace as well, I suppose. Keep the creative juices flowing, too. It's probably a little bit of that. And also, Aaron, you've been a member for 13 months. 3 minutes ago, and I totally missed it. I'm sorry, Aaron. Thank you. Thank you for following me through this. You're right, absolutely crazy journey. This year will be the craziest year so far. Last year was also the craziest year so far. So it's crazy times. And an absolute whirlwind of a time as well. It's got to be said. And Immortal Sin coming through with likewise 11 months. Acknowledging the same kind of thing. I also can't believe it's been that long. And I'm thrilled that you're still enjoying the content. Because it's always, you know, a little bit of like a will they, won't they. It's always a bit of a will they, won't they. Alright. This looks to be pretty good to me. We're going to move through on turn 8. We're going to keep a couple of dudes around, probably. I'd also like to sail across the sea, but I have to hold off on that. We'll keep some units around to disband and convert them into sweet, sweet populations. We should also probably send some explorers out, because this continent looks a lot bigger than I would have liked. Hey, and Jewel Transvan, thank you so much for subscribing on Twitch. At Tier 1, you are our 17th subscriber on what has been a really crazy journey over there. YouTube has kind of consistently grown, but ebbed and weaved with the hype. Twitch is an odd beast, though. I really can't read Twitch. We've had 100 subscribers. We've had 5 subscribers. It's a wild beast. I wonder if it's a difference in community preference or discoverability. I can't tell. I can't tell.
Ah, the challenge. How appropriate.
All right. Welcome to the first era
Now that you
and our first harbor. I love it when a plan comes together. I do. Playing the extended naval mod? Not today. No. It's a brilliant one, though. And I was saying at the start, we'll probably need to come back and do a modded playthrough as well as a vanilla. Do I wanna... We probably want to make the one with the city the one with the most food. This northern one does look like the best. We'll just grab it. We also most certainly don't need this many dudes. So let's send 2 of them to the chicken nugget factory. Maybe even a third. Yeah, let's do it. We're making some bibliobosi and chicken nugs. It's just enough. I like a dude on science. I also like a lady on industry. We actually probably want more on science though, don't we? Because we don't get to build our fancy schmancy harbour until we unlock it. So let's beeline that and then snake back through and grab these. Keeping those dudes on science. We've got as many as we can, so that'll probably do. Kind of tempting to go into industry for a turn, just to grab 1 extra foodie district, so that this place can be a little bit more self-sustaining. Then we'll grab the influence. Okay, this is good. What's also good, because we stuck around a little bit longer, we're able to grab, well, hopefully a pretty early religion? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully an early religion. I also see some talk about the VIP mod. Yes, have done. Live too. A couple of times, I think. Very good. Very good. Issues with the audio? Hopefully that's not for everybody. Looks okay on main. +6 faith. I think we'll go for the main plaza. I think that's always still a good pick, but I don't know. With the changes that are going to come with the update, that I'm hoping we'll hear some more about soon, Your voice is master. Great. I'm sure that's a good thing. It'll throw everything up in the air, of course, is the difficulty. We've heard about diplomatic cultures or affinities coming in. We're expecting big changes. It'll also, of course, bring big changes to the mods. And you went to get heaps of pizza. The last I saw was on a Friday. Oh my goodness. Dang. It's been a hot minute then. Okay. Let's keep exploring. There's less of an incentive to fight these woolly boys, so I think we'll leave them. We'll keep this unit here maybe for a population in this outpost. Although the expand and grab is probably a better idea. Save for a second city or expand and grab?
Why was this even a question? Let's keep it simple. We've been here.
I still haven't decided, so I'm just gonna wait. Let's send another one of these dudes to the chicken nug factory and turn them into a food one. We're starving a bit, but we're about to get on top of it, so it's fine. You can go and explore over there, I guess. Go on. This looks like a really nice territory for some luxuries, some foodie ones at that. So we'll probably grab that. 60 people watching? Good. And don't forget about our precious 10 over on Twitch as well. I've not forgotten you. War is on the table. War is always on the table. Absolutely. Unfortunately. It's war with the woolly people. We could auto do it, but I don't trust it. So I'm just going to quickly watch and make sure it does it properly. We'll go for the guy on the river. Neat. And then the flank move. How do you like me now? Okay, good. We got 20 bucks out of it at least. We actually saved the Empire from bankruptcy by fighting that mammoth. So I'm going to do it again. It works out really well. Who would have thought? Huh? Who would have thought? $60 watching, but only 41 likes. What is this maths, Aaron? What is the math? Okay, this time this guy's got the high ground. So we're gonna debate him, maybe? Yes. Try and lead him. Oh, good. No, it's fine. We'll step up like this. Put us on even footing. Actually, that's a really bad spot to stand. Don't do that. You want to stand back like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now this guy is taking a bit of a beating. But don't worry! We're gonna save you. In fact, we're gonna take you up onto the high ground. Look at that. Is this a silly attack? Probably because we're on a river, but I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. And a good risk it was! Fantastic! He has more other streams like 5,000. We have never had 5,000 live viewers. You may be getting confused with the number of people who watch it as a VOD video on demand relative to the number of people who watch it live. Two quite different things. Two quite different things. This will, of course, stay up afterwards. And you can, you know, come back and watch it on demand or what have you. So 5,000 though, man, what a dream that would be. Imagine 5,000. Oh man, I'd like to say one day, but I don't know if there are 5,000 people who would watch very many strategy game channels. Even 500. When Humankind first came out, like probably with release hype, you can achieve that with release hype, but after that, difficult. I think a few hundred would be a reasonable big goal though. Like if you look at maybe even close to 1,000. Look at like say Potato McWhiskey's YouTube streams, they push around 1,000. So that could be a long-term target, maybe. Okay, do we want extra industry or extra combat strength? A reduced industry cost is actually quite good, but ideally I want the extra influence, so I'm going to take the extra combat strength on units. We're also going to go for... cheaper absorb, or cheaper create?
That
We'll go for
seems
cheaper
to
create
leave a
because we're
lot
still
of
kind of in a
interpretation
createy
right
space
and
at the
wrong.
minute.
Not to mention
Although this
yours
absorb
and
is
mine.
on my radar, I'm gonna save and make it a city instead. No, I'm not actually. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna grab it. Let's pump this place up. That way we can get extra people on food and science and start to really surge up our yields much faster than they would have been if we'd just left it to its own devices. It will mean, though, that we'll need to get looking for a second place to live. But where? This is look at this. Jeez. Okay, I think we found some kind of promised land down south. Hey, Mike! Look at you go! I've got a treat for you, Mike, and for everybody listening live. And also after the fact, although probably more annoying after the fact. Sorry, after the factors. I am sorry. Hey, Mike, thank you so much for the 25 HKR. I give you the narrator. Mike says, love your channel, man. Got me into Humankind and strategy games in general. Love the energy and content. Keep it up. PS, first ever YouTube dono. Oh man, that's so cool.
Do it.
That is fantastic.
Thank you so much, Mike. You're a legend. You're a
Hola. And here's me standing inside of a cave, thanking you for your super chat. Thank you, Mike. That's so cool. And a real privilege to be your first YouTube super chat dono as well. Honestly, that's so cool. Thank you for your generosity, because you don't have to do that, so I really appreciate it. Not seeing a whole lot of Navy. Come on, Pete. It's the ancient era. Not Pete. Some old guy in Hawaii. Pete, you're not in Hawaii. Zing. Okay. More food? Yes, we need more food to fuel more people, to build more boats, to put more people out to sea. And we've just unlocked fishing, which means we can now finally build our haven. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. Let's smash some of these out. That is a terrible one. Jeez, that territory sucks for coastal access. We might get the horses before we get that second one. But let's get this first haven like there's no tomorrow. Let's slam everybody into industry now to just pump that out. Bibbly Boss will set sail. While it's thinking about doing that, let's grab this 1810 and hopefully they'll... Woo! Don't miss that. Hopefully there'll be some good ocean tiles in some of these territories. Sadly not in Hawaii. Yeah, also sadly for me. But Atamarie to you. Te hira kaiwai. Nice to see ya. I'm the combination of what I like in YouTube commentaries. Well, that's great. Thank you. I'm on my own continent. Oh, it is the dream in most 4X games to be on your own continent. Except for when you rely on other people for trade and that kind of thing. But you can go out and grab them, it works. And I am in Hawaii. Yeah, you are. And we're jealous of you. Oh, we are. The gemstone will be quite good for a harbor play because harbors tend to make money. And here's 2 gemstones. So this looks really good. We also have our merchant ability online. I guess we could use that to speed up our horses, maybe? Yeah. I mean, it's probably not bad. I want to focus on building the harbor anyway, so let's crank those online. Ugh. Eventually build that. And these guys just want to have a quick nose. Oh my god. This is a great start. Yeah, really happy with this, actually.
Time for your first battle.
Oh,
They were absolutely dying to see how your fighters handled themselves.
no! Get out of there! Okay, disaster. They're going to be sort of more of a sacrificial lamb now, I think. We're going to try and use them to settle the territory and then ditch them. Minus 80 gold. We'll go for the minus 2 science. That's like nothing and we don't care. And then let's have a look at these gemstones. Holy. Cool. Okay, great. Really great. No other way to describe it. Okay.
The agrarian Harapans were as likely to
Oh,
meet their
good stuff.
canals and farmers as their soldiers.
Oh yeah, I need to rename some city names as well. You super chat donors, if you want to at JumboPixel in the chat, Mike, looking at you, with a city name, I'll happily rename these after you. And we've met our first opponent, the Harapans. We probably want to trade, seeing as we're people of the seas.
This proposition
Yes.
should be in all our best interests.
Oh crap, I forgot about our sacrificial
The world comes a
lamb.
bit closer to
No!
thanks to the first trade link that will bring shiny baubles.
See ya.
and
Okay,
meaty
we'll have to
men.
send this unit up there instead. Hope for the best. Plan for also the best. I'm not even thinking about the worst at this point. It's ridiculous. Cremate for plus 10 food and at a cost of extra industry. Yeah, that's great for me, mate. Looks like we're forward settling our neighbor down here, which is not a bad thing. I can get some really fantastic harbors online with influence, which is a great steal. But we may want to stay and turn this into our second city. But it will want a harbor anyway, I guess. So let me just build one there. Whoa, spamming all those out's really tempting, but I think we'll make, yeah, we'll make that second city. We'll get up there and grab those horses. Then we'll forward settle this guy. So we probably want to bring some extra units down just to be kind of extra fodder, you know? We're having to see with numbers, but whatever you like. No, you can name it whatever you like, Mike. The world is your oyster. Worth. Oh, good. Good. More harbors? Yes. How do you like me now? Oh, being able to build them with influence is kind of OP. Bronze working would be good. Also, just some general unitage would be quite nice. Sailing, yes. Plus 3 money on harbor, kind of useful. Writing as well, though. Ooh, yeah, for the cheaper civics. Cool. And then we probably want organized warfare. I want everything. Let's speed it along a bit. Get some extra nerds on that. Would you like to fight? No. We're trying to befriend them, okay? Let's befriend them. But we want to make sure that we have a good showing, though. Like, we want to be their kind of intimidating friend. If you know what I mean. Rapture. Consider it done. I like it a lot. Thanks again. Boom. Okay. I don't think... Wow, that was almost a Chewbacca groan then. I'm wondering if I want to swap to make attaching cheaper. I think the answer is nearly, but not quite yet. Let's grab this one before they get any funny ideas. Yoink. We'll move past these guys. They're peaceful, thankfully, so they won't try and take a bite out of us. And next turn, we'll turn Seleno into a city. Good. Do I have enough to... no. It would be a very powerful city if we waited a little bit longer. and went like this. It's a little greedy because now I'm waiting a whole load of extra turns, and it may not be a good idea for overall yield, but it's going to really help pump some extra value into Rapture. Like, Rapture's going to go cray now. Cray like me for you, Mika. Thank you so much for 1.01 less than €1. I appreciate it. Greetings from Finland. Oh, that's so cool. What a cool place to be from. Big love to Finland. And anybody else in Finland, too. It's tempting to give them a smackdown, but we'll keep them on side. We'll go smack these bears instead. Do what I do, not what I say. I mean, do what I say, not what I do. Don't smack the bears. There's not really a lot of profit in doing it. In fact, there's basically none. But we're going to teach them a lesson anyway. Cool. And then we'll claim the territory they were trying to keep from us. Snag that. Oh. Hey, here's another wonder. The Atacama Desert. +5 science on research quarters and +1 influence on research quarter. Natural under control effect. Woof. I want that. I want that really bad. We have to take this. This is a must take. That is, it's going to be such a good second territory as well. Okay, I have to stop spending influence though. Jeez, if I spend any more influence.
An enormous leap
And
forward.
here's a free city that's just appeared on these horses. So what we're going to do now is quickly train up an army and go and take that.
The first ship
I've got a lot of money in the
one
coffers.
thing.
So instead of speeding out that
We're likely
production,
to see the first
I'm gonna
citizens as well.
front run an army of 4 out of Rapture. It'll also make it easier for Rapture to grow. So it's kind of a double whammy. Go with something like that. And march on Avaris. Yes. Is that Modern Natural Wonder? No, it's a DLC one though. It's a DLC one. Thank you, Mika. That's so kind. That is so kind. And Aaron is right. It is still more than the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar is in the dumps at the moment. Like most, though. As I understand. Like most. I'm getting surrounded here, but thankfully it's by a whole lot of peaceful people. Whoa, they are not peaceful, though. And they could actually take me out. So what we should probably do is try and sneak down this way and hide around the other side of this DLC wonder. God, there are just people everywhere. Oh, but I really want to save for that extra city, don't I? I think this territory is worth postponing the extra city again. Especially considering, we're gonna sort of take one by force up to north. So, we'll move there, grab a virus, and then we'll be able to hopefully reinforce this. A non-aggression pact with you will at least stop your superior army from pushing my tiny one out of the way. So I feel like that's a good play for me right now. Let's quickly grab that. It's done. It's done! Oh, Aaron, thank you! Ready? I'm going to get this to turn off and on successfully and in one go. And it's going to be incredible. It's a super glitchy program, actually. Okay. For you, Aaron, I give you a voice that's called Crazy Clown. Sure, this is going to go really well. The Crazy Clown.
Aaron with a $5 donation says, Small Donor Friday. And I appreciate it. $5 and $5 has got this crazy clown very excited.
Thank you, Aaron, for a $5 super chat. That is outstanding. And $5 probably, because it hasn't denominated it, which is like 8 New Zealand dollars. You could almost get a coffee in New Zealand. No, you could easily get one, actually. Thank you, Aaron. You're awesome. Just as awesome as this place is going to be when I turn it into a city in your honor. We just have to wait a little bit longer. I think because these territories are so valuable, I'm going to pull what little army I have here over and just kind of stand on top of them. Here's another city that we can take by force. This start is shaping up to be very, very, very glorious indeed. Oh, but not as glorious as you, Pete, who said 5 times 2. For you, Pete, I'm going to change to a voice that's called T-Pain.
You ready for this? Oh yeah. Oh, Pete. Pete says, a small contribution to Jumbo's war chest. Good to see you back in a live stream, my friend.
Thank you, Pete. And thanks for your generous 10 buckaroos. We're going to need more cities. That much is obvious. Let's buy some more gemstones, because you got to spend money to make money. And thank you for supporting Small Donor Friday, as Aaron named it. I really appreciate that. And we've got 69 people watching at the minute, too. A great number. And 53 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Frankie, not to be outdone. Frankie, I've got a voice just for you. It's called Genius, and I think you're going to really like it. Are you ready for this?
Frankie, the genius, with a $10 super chat says nothing and drops a golden tenner into the war chest.
Thank you, Frankie. Frankie Sanchez. You are my hero. You are my hero. Let's build up this war chest then, shall we? Okay, I really have to save this influence, though. Please don't let me forget. We also probably want to get voting on a culture for the next era. I think there are 2 good ones to choose from here. Yes. Okay, so we have the Carthaginians, an obvious boat choice. Goths, which are like boat on land people, so obviously not for us this time. The Persians could actually be really useful for their +2 city cap, but then they don't really do a lot in the way of boats. For me, I think I'm deciding between the Aksamites, because they're so good at money, +2 money on tiles producing it, or what I'm thinking actually maybe we don't even need a poll, because as I scroll through, the choice seems kind of obvious, doesn't it? It kind of has to be Carthage. Like, it kind of has to. There really is no way around it. Right? I don't think there's a need for a poll. I feel like it's just Carthage or Carthage in yellow. Right? Yeah. I mean, just for fun. There's one. Okay. Very good. All right. Thank you so much to the pair of you, 2 $10 donors. I appreciate that, honestly. But then I'll feel foolish to not get the harbour down. It's just going to be one thing after another. So I'm going to hold, play sensibly. We've got harbours producing influence for us, though. So it is actually a reasonable consideration to have built that. But we'll hold for one more turn, get our defender over there, because we need to also start producing units so that we can go and fight this place. So let's get these crappy scouts over. We'll convert them into something better. Sorry, scouts. Rapture might want to get to work on solidifying our religion. We'll do that probably near this river. It'll farm all of these tiles. It's kind of a shame to not get it somewhere a bit better. I'll do it there. That's fine. It'll do. And then we don't need people on food, so they can get to work on getting all of our other stars. Speaking of stars, they'll be the thing that's kind of holding us around if we want to become a bit more prestigious. Not doing the live stream tag on Discord. Oh, fuck, dang it. I really meant to as well. It was like my one job, and I failed. Hey, but welcome in, Huck. Nice to see you, my friend. Triple digits. Yeah, we're getting close. 69 live viewers on the YouTubes. And 59 live likes. Not terrible. We clearly need to get some more fame, was where I was going with that. So we're going to need to hang around. Our militarist stars will be a really good way to do that. So let's check in on the war boys. I buy you. Great. Okay, I don't really want to fight 4 of their units, especially the chariots. The chariots are the strongest unit in the early game before you have the anti-cavalry unlocked, especially, right? So I'm just kind of going to buy them off a cheeky bribe. And then they should be no threat to us up in the north, and we can grab that city. But I don't want to grab that city before I first build one down here. Because without building one down here first, we're out of luck. Let's convert this into one. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. And disband these scouts. So yeah, wouldn't want to be ya. The next top priority will be next turn to connect this. There's maybe some thinking in waiting just slightly longer and getting the harbor, the copper, the resources online here first. I think I'll do that because Sidon was really our big bad boy. And I'm going to jointly name it Pete, Frankie, Aaron. Actually, you know what? We're going to have enough cities to go around. So if any of you would like to throw some suggestions into the chat, we can maybe second them, third them, see what we can do. Oh, and I've just got a record show that you may not have had your measles vaccine. What an interesting notification to get on a Friday morning. Well, need to get on top of that. Okay. Should we get Sidon shoring up its defenses? We sure will. And to start with, there's probably some good infrastructure that we need to queue up. Although actually, oh yeah, because we'll be about to get the horses up north. So this will be worth 11 food, which is probably better than any district. Except for that, hey yo, we should get merchant ones down near the harbors. Oh my god. We're missing out on a lot of money, folks. Let's get that shored up once we get this holy district down. We need more people on food now to grow, and that will probably still be the top priority because more of them is more of those. Talaria and Corazon. Fantastic suggestions. Yes. Thank you both. You're too fast. And Pete would like Shipville. Ah, that's too good. Okay. Let me stomp out this rebellion. And... what, you want to be hired too, punk? And then we'll make this one Shipville. Okay, I need to write this down. Alvaris is going to become Shipville. And then Corazon can be this one here. Okay. Oh, Huck! Don't need a city name, just... Oh, hold that thought. I've got something special for you. Something real special for you, punk. Where is it? There was a voice here. I haven't listened to it, but I thought it could be funny. And probably could resemble Huck, too. Bob. This one's just called Bob. Huck, are you a Bob? We're about to find out. Huck, thank you for a... oh, I'm using a beta. You may come across some issues.
What are you working? Either way, Huck, thank you for a $25 super chat, which is an insane amount of dollars.
Here's me, standing in a cave. Huck says, don't need a city name. Just need to support my homie. Thank you to my #1 homie. And a big hello there to you.
Hello there.
Also, OMG WTF barbecue LMAO lol. That's quite a demonic username. So for you, you get the...
Thank you for 10 BGNs. Keep up the good effing work. The #1 homie.
Thank you. Your chat was held because it had rude words in it, but I thank you nonetheless. The voice changes are fun. Hey, Raza.
Hello there.
That one's for you. I didn't mean to spend 20 bucks on that. What I actually wanted to spend my 20 bucks on was maybe hiring these units. Although, we probably outnumber them. We could look to stomp them instead. Let's keep you defending this outpost. It should be okay because we have a non-aggression pact, and we're building up a fairly decent trading alliance here. Let's grab their silk as well. Right, more resources, more influence, more money, more fun. I've also got my merchant ability, which we can make a bit of money by using it there. So let's click that button and make that money. Neat. Next turn-ish, we might connect this. For now, let's get more freaking boats down. Fantastic. And by that I actually mean harbors, because we're not quite ready to put the boats in them just yet. Keep up the good content. Thank you! OMG W2F Barbecue LMAO LOL. Appreciate it. I played as a food nation, and it says when their population grows, they get +5 stability. Yes. It's a one-off. Usually it's a one-off. I think those things are. So there you go. You maybe got it and then lost it. That would be my guess. Because you don't keep it forever. It's like when the industrial cultures get stability for building districts. It doesn't stay, so you can think you're doing really well, but it's actually just because you're chaining out a whole lot of districts, and then when you stop doing that, you're like, oh, whoops. Bulgaria, bros. Heck yeah. Belgium? Heck yeah. Okay, do I want to march on this? Huck yes, I do! Alright, let's take Avara, soon to be Shipville. We could place it under siege. It's quite fun to place a city under siege, because you get some fun siege cannons. Although, do I have any unlocked? I think we're just starving out the levies. Let's just assault instead. I'm going to manually do it because it is worth maybe controlling it a little bit. Check the cultures before they're taken. Also a good call. We don't want to lose the Carthaginians. We're still good. And let's redeploy there to stop that army from deploying. A cheeky little tactic, but it works. And then we'll get the archer behind the front lines. Plink. And hopefully defend from our solid ground. Oh no! Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, getting flanked by those units is really terrifying. Okay, we need to bring everybody over this way to try and stop this nonsense, really. Oh. Okay, we were able to stop one and keep that from deploying, so that's really good. We're also able to trap this one in. It's probably going to destroy the archer, because why wouldn't you? But all things considered, honestly, considering they came out with the greatest chariot trample of all time, I think we did all right. I think we did all right. A Huck-approved capture of the city. Very good indeed. Very good indeed. Yeah, Huck. Policing the good fight. It's an algorithm-friendly channel, for the most part. A family-friendly. A sponsor. Well, that's not true. This video is sponsored by the like button, though, so get to it, Chief. Or more appropriately, Small Donor Friday. We need to jump after dark stream. Oh yeah, I found some really fun games that I would never stream at this time, but could be fun for something like that too. There's a couple on my radar. Should we charge with this rented chariot? You bet your freaking backside we should. We'll block the spawn with this unit instead. We've taken some heavy hits. Good God. Okay. It's a bit of a sight for sore eyes. Let's get just another little army training themselves up here. Yeah, another army of 4, just in case something goes wrong here. Man, if we didn't block that spawn, we would really be sailing up Shite Creek without a paddle. I have to leave this spawn to take that unit out. The peasant isn't really a threat though, so let's step up to the high ground and defend. Okay, well that was a disaster. Nobody tell anybody. Shh. 70 watching? Oh, welcome if you're just tuning in. It's great to see you. Actually, 85 watching according to my thing. That must be including the Twitch viewers as well. Very good. Welcome in if you're just tuning in. And thank you for liking the video. We're nearly at our first soft target of 69, 66 by the looks. I got my butt kicked at Avaris. Don't tell anybody. Let's quickly use all of our wealth to pump out another army and pretend like that first one never existed. Okay, great. Meanwhile, down here, let's get gemstones and copper. This will help support the rest of the empire. And then next turn we can collect? Sure. We can connect this up to Talaria and have a bit of fun. A reminder that this territory has the Atacama Desert, I think. Yes. Which gives us +5 science on research quarters and +1 influence on research quarters. So ideally, we'll try and get some of those. We'll try. Sounds like an HBO. The animal barns will be great for food, but I don't want to sacrifice 3 pops to do it. Let's just help this place grow up. I'll grow up a little bit. +10 industry, +9 industry. Those are great upgrades. Just in case, I'm also going to forward plan and get us some walls, because this could be in a little bit of a danger zone. Somewhere in here, though, there's the training of units, and I feel like it happens around there. Ish. So I'll queue up a couple of those to be sure, let's repel this nonsense that's stomping up on my borders. Good for the stars, though, so we'll take it. I'm gonna finish that obelisk because it's going very slow, and I'm an impatient man. And then let's get some necessary infrastructure in line. Here's looking at you. +10 industry and +11 food. Very good. Sacrificing all of my pops, though, probably not so great. Hopefully this army will be enough to march this way and take that. And nobody will be any the wiser. Oh my god, it's a bot!
Do it.
No, don't listen to Palpatine!
Do it.
Palpatine, stop! Let me grab this. Oh, blocker chalk. The fastest man in the West. A gentle reminder that anybody in the chat called anything to do with chat-69.xyz arrow through love heart best adult dating site is probably not something that you should focus on. Okay? So, stay clear. Stay away. Don't click on it. Just as we cross over 69 likes, Octopus, the observation. Oh my god. Maybe that's their threshold. We don't mess with channels until they have 69 likes here at chat-69.xyz. Oh no, siree Bob. Got him real good. I think that buying the animal barns is a good idea. Because where would you house your animals if not in barns? It's ridiculous. Yep. This is good. Okay, Varus. You punk. Get back here. Oh. We do have an anti-chariot unit now. Let's do that. Yep. I like this a great deal. Okay, so we'll put that down there. We'll keep these units hopefully protecting the archer, although these guys probably just go and stab it. Here's my revenge. Yeah, baby! Oh, thank you, OMG WTF Barbecue LeMayo LOL, for 2 more BGNs. That is awesome. And Morty, I'm also surprised that YouTube doesn't just filter it. YouTube's filter is actually pretty good. Sometimes overwhelmingly good. Like, people will turn up and be like, you banned me! And I'm like, no, I didn't ban you. It's just the filter filtered you out because you look like spam or said a bad thing. So it also, yeah, really surprises me that it would be that bad. We're gonna have to focus on one and reject the other. Oh, actually, maybe not. Where there's a will, there's a way. We'll play a little bit of 3D chess. Destroy that one with the anti-cavalry unit, doing its job to perfection. And then we need to quickly also get it up here. Nice. It's probably, also, while I remember, best practice to attack with the best unit first. So, we should try and do that. Neat. Neat. Defend. Okay. This is good. Don't just take my word for it. We could attach someone else up to Rapture. Rapture actually is kind of looking for an extra friend, but ideally, we'd stomp in here and grab a Varus first. Let's jump straight on the assault and jump straight in. I think that's good enough. If we come away from the walls, it may bait them out, but sometimes it just doesn't. Let's send in a sacrificial lamb. In you go. We need to get visibility, so I think it's worthwhile. Okay, yeah, that's good. Hopefully that unit dies. It did. And then we'll sweep this way and try and block that unit from moving anywhere. And we should be good as gold. I mean, this high ground is pretty frustrating, but... Can I just throw everything I've got at it? No. Terrible idea. You were a brave boy. Thank you for speeding up this fight. But it wasn't even enough! Oh, I just wanted to get that done that turn so that we could get the city founded and on the way. But it was just not enough. That is painful. I think we have to respect the sea's bounties here, because this game is all about the oceans and this is all about the sea. +2 food on lakes. We don't have many of those on this map. But +2 food on coastal water and religious districts is absolutely something I can get behind. So let's get my beautiful little booty in behind that and maybe take Hinduism. Yes. Great. And now this shame on the Empire. Oh my god. Do it. There we go. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. And we could also claim a wonder, which, now that I think about it, is probably better than anything else. Pyramid of Giza is always kind of good. I'm going to take it. Yoink. And then let's turn these weak units, except for maybe that archer, into Avaris pops. And then use them to get a... take a look, everybody. 32 food, 20 gold, and we're only in the ancient era. Harbor. The role of religion? Broadly, it's all about those buffs that the tenets are giving you. You really want to focus on crafting those and grabbing the best ones you can. You will have noticed just how much of an impact the one that I just took has made now that we respect the bounty of seas as part of our religion. The seas are all of a sudden providing me with a whole lot more yield. So that's kind of its purpose. Its main, its primary. You may even argue its own soul. Hope that helps somewhat. Respect or discard? Let's discard. Sorry. And getting those horses done as quickly as possible is a really great idea. Speaking of which, our friend over here probably has some.
We would all benefit
Yep.
from growing
Let's grab
closer.
those, because they're also going to provide industry out of the copper and food out of the horses to all of our cities. Silk for extra industry on makers' quarters. That will be useful when we move through as Carthage. The stability is nice too, so I guess I'll... Holy cow. Maybe we should just take this. Juicy base 10... Yeah. Atacama needs to be science-filled, doesn't it? Okay, let's rename these places. Let's rename this to Shipville, speaking of vills. Thanks again, Pete. Shipville. It's done. It's done. And... OMG WTF BBQ LMAO LOL. Figured out how to use the dono. Thank you. Let's see what I've got here. How about a genius?
Thank you for the TNBGN. Simply saying, dim buffs, bruh. Bruh.
Thank you. That is awesome. And maybe not quite as awesome as dim buffs, but you're right. Quickly checking in on the cultures, and we've lost the Carthaginians. Oh dear. Let's bounce back 3 turns. Maybe the damage isn't so bad. And Huck says, rename the religion Huckism. Hashtag small dono. Thank you, Huck, with a wrench beside your name and a beautiful channel members icon for everything you do. We're absolutely going to research Huckism. You bet your backside. You bet. And honestly, the small donos are super cool. Don't ever underappreciate. Don't ever disrespect those. Not that you are. Huckism. It's done. Bow. Okay. Carthage still available? Yes. Cool. Oh dear. Look at the turn we've come back to. Oh ye of little faith. Wonder if I can revise history. I'm revising history. No. Yes? Kind of? Huh. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I don't lose Carthage. That's obviously the goal here above all else. Because Carthage is the only seafaring culture in this era, so we do need to grab them. In future eras, it shouldn't matter quite as much, because there's usually multiple choices. Let's have a look. Carthage lost this turn? No. So they're going to be lost on turn 27, which means that I have to move through eras this turn, which is totally fine. Although, of course, a little behind schedule. Maybe we go for a cheeky attach on this one. Did that matter? Not really. Why did I do that? I think I wanted to try and squeeze an extra harbor out. Oh well, we can detach it later. That's fine. That'll teach me for rewriting history. Let's quick... Oh, no. Oh, my God. Pretend like I said nothing. We lose them on turn 26, not turn 27. So I can move through one turn, and then we take Carthage, and then we move forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was quite some complicated mathematics, but we got there at the end. Sure. The time hacks are real. You're right. The time hacks are real. Okay. Do I want to rewrite history for the 3rd time? Oh my god. Look how great I can rewrite history. Oh, no, we can't, because something blocks it. Okay, that's fine. Alright. So I move to there, they move to there, the battle ends. Thank you, Block of Chalk YT, for grabbing yet another bot. I'd like to remind everybody that's a different one, but with the same name. But do stay clear! No mods. No mods. No. This is a vanilla one, but I was saying at the start, Huck, that we should probably revisit this. I'm not sure if it'll be before or after the DLC comes out, though. It depends on when the DLC comes out. But yeah, there's some fantastic mods, particularly around the sea in this game. Humankind does a good job, I think, at building up a nice base layer, but perhaps doesn't have the icing on the cake. And there's a lot of icing to go around when it comes to the ocean. Which is where something like the extended naval combat mod or the VIP or you name it, does a really good job. A Block of Chalk YT, 18 freaking months a mini pixel. Which means I've been in the YouTube partner program for 18 months. That is crazy. You're my timekeeper. And I thank you. Block is OG. The OGest of OG. In Bulgaria, 20 lever is like 5 lunches. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, we end this round. This plays out. Thank you. Alright. Do some quick clicks. You to there. Heal. And let's not dilly-dally. I'm just going to grab them now. Carthage, you're mine. Neat. We missed out on a bit of fame, so it'll put me a little bit on the back foot, but I just can't give them up. If you're wondering why, let me show you in just a minute when we go to place down these harbors. I think they're going to be pretty juicy. We also, as has been rightly pointed out, need to get our research quarters online. We then want trade expeditions to get across to that wonder. And then probably standing army and our beautiful Carthaginian Oliphants. In that order. Shift clicking as I go. I'll rent these 2 units out of Avaris so that they don't block my movement for this turn. Because I'm just that much of a baller. And then we'll go in and grab it. Better late than never. Driving and streaming in. Huck is dedicated to a T. Only Huck would feel the need to apologize for tuning in dedication. Thank you, my friend. You are awesome. And also, I see we're peaking close to 100 live viewers and at 77 likes at the minute as well. That's really cool to see. My time zone has changed, so it's an hour later than it would normally be for me. So I was able to start this at 9 a.m., not 8 a.m. That changed just like a couple of days ago. So we're moving towards the time of year that's easier for someone in New Zealand to cater to a almost exclusively American and European audience. It also will work out better for viewers in New Zealand and Australia and others, because it'll be at a slightly more reasonable time rather than those god-awful 7 a.m. times. So yeah, good times are coming. Hopefully. Anyway, let's take the extra science from foreign innovations. We're trading a lot, so it makes sense. We'll also take leadership for the +1 city cap and the extra influence. Minus 30% on religious district industry cost is really good as well. Kind of a must grab. So we'll do that. Bumper to bumper traffic. Ay, 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 ay. Lucky we are here. Hey, at least it's oh no, it's Thursday night, isn't it? Friday tomorrow though. Okay, Avaris, roll over, you fool. Watch me insta resolve this, because that's how confident I am. Neat. We'll place down one of these Carthaginian harbors. This is probably going to be the worst one because we didn't get an early harbor down. So I'll buy it outright with some money. We'll also look to get the horses online pretty quick smart. Pretty good for food. Yes. Great. And I'll give them 1 population. Will I? Oh, these aren't mine. These are rented. We should have really sent them in as sacrificial lambs first, but that's okay. I'm not quite sure where they're going to go back to. because when they come home, they're just gonna see my my smug mug again, staring back at them. Hey, still me. I'm still your boss. Okay, now we need to take Coruscant as well. I guess we'll just send them on a great big march. Yeah. Roll out. It's the traffic we wanted. Thanks for another 2 PGNs. OMG, WTF, BBQ, LMAO, lol. Probably gonna get faster at saying that. That is fantastic. Big love. Friday tomorrow, indeed. Yeah. You should move to the future. Don't. We need you in the past. That sweet, sweet American past. Okay, I think we're going to rendezvous everybody down there. Are you finally ready to attach? Probably. Let's first get the harbour down there. So we're creating a little nook for extra harbour activity. Look at that. Grab its resources. Could relocate it up here to make it easier to defend. Nah. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me in the backside. And let's get these harbours down. Not actually quite even as good as our last ones, disappointingly. However, providing quite a lot of industry. So maybe better in terms of net yield. The impact of that yield anyway, not the numerical value, I should say. Let's go down here and have a look with these fairly outdated scouts. It's got to be said. Looks like a juicy island over this way, also with a new neighbor. Let's send one scout over there. I'll be able to do it soon-ish. So, oh, I can do it right now. Thanks to this wonderful pass-through harbour. Don't have to deal with that rubbish anymore. Working from home, perhaps? Yeah, Pete, yeah. The dream. The dream! I don't think I need to emergency settle that. I think we're fine. We might want to train some sophisticated units out of here, though. Any takers? Damn, we have some crap units. Might be able to overwhelm with archers, so we'll grab one of those. I can build research quarters now, too. I should queue some of these up. They're going to be so good. Ideally, they'd be built near strategic resources. There is, like, probably one down here in future, so I guess we'll weasel our way out there. Let's build these first, because they're fantastic. If you're just tuning in and you're unsure why, it's because of this wonder. That we weren't first to discover. That was Priest King of the Harapans, but we were able to claim it, which is always good. So, let's grab that. Let's build out a couple of those. Get this ragtag of an army down this way. Go, you fools! And I should also use this merchant ability if we have anywhere to do it. Why not there? Why not? We should probably be using it on other people, but it's okay. Mercury, plus 5% science. We could make that city a super science city with only 120 bucks. A nice plus 4%. Yeah, I mean, it's probably worthwhile. It adds up. It's not clear. It isn't clear, is it? And I always forget. And I feel like Mac Attack, it could even vary by wonder. So I don't want to say. Let's have a look, though, and see if... because we can test that quite easily by... It's just on that city. It is just on that city. But I agree. I don't find the writing clear at all. I think your question is so valid and so heard. You are valid and heard. The Mac Attack 671. You are valid and heard. Plus, because it reads, where is it? Natural Wonder control effects. So I control it, right? Belongs to King JumboPixel. So obviously I control it. +5 science on research quarter. It doesn't say on this city or outpost. I feel like somewhere if it just said, like maybe above that +10 stability. Because see, it says it on the stability, but then it doesn't say it on the others. So perhaps it needs to say like on city and outpost and then list all 3 of those things. On this city and outpost, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is a little inconsistent. It could be like a, I don't know. It could be an English translation thing. There are sometimes instances where the translated English isn't quite how perhaps English as a first language speaker might say it. It's also sometimes failing on the plain English front as well. It can feel at times, and I mean this in the nicest way, like I'm reading Victorian English. More on that in future. Okay.
If trouble comes,
Let's
5 market quarters
grab that
should
and grab
provide them
that.
with a number of pragmatic answers.
Oh, this is one of these new ones, thanks to the DLC. I think we'll go for the... Ooh. +17 industry. I think we'll just go for the generic +17 industry. Yes. And thank you, OMGWTFBBQLMLO, for another 2 BGNs. I do traditional Māori massage for my home-based clinic and edit book for aspiring authors part-time. DigiLife has its ups. Tahito, that is wicked. That is so cool. Oh, Mortish, you being here is enough. Honestly. Thanks for being here. And being a channel member, too. It's an exclusive crew. There's like 60 at times. And then it surges up to like 100 if people gift them. And then it drops. And then a couple stay, actually. A couple stay, to be fair. But yeah, no worries, honestly. No need to say sorry, especially. Okay, forward march. We move on. Let's get this unit having a cheeky geeze around this way. 49 influence, so next turn I can grab this. Hello, beautiful. This looks like a nice island. Knock down here could also be a little vulnerable, but maybe Knock this time. Knock just yet, anyway. Come over here. Sorry. The puns. Okay. I want to have a look at this border. Good. It looks like it's just an island, which is really good news, actually. We could make this a future nuclear test site if we wanted to be really cheeky and just build along the coast. Maybe. Maybe. Swift, we don't really need. +5 money, we don't really need. Extra stability, sure. I don't need that either. Give me the money. And let's see if we can find Knock. We might get lucky. It might have no one in it.
Sophisticated customs, rights, language, and beliefs.
Okay, so it doesn't have no one in it. We lean towards them very heavily on order and liberty. They love that. They don't so much like our progressiveness, though. They're highly traditional. Could try and level them up and take them peacefully because they are peaceful and they have quite a few units. I wonder if I could beat the opponent to that because I'm wealthy. Let's find out. +6 a turn. How much are they getting? +5. Okay. Okay. Let's try and sneak Knock out peacefully because we just don't have the soldiers to take it aggressively, I don't think. At the moment, we're focusing purely over this way. Merge the armies where we can. We don't even have 5-size armies yet. Yikes. Let's get the archers off the river and just sort of doing their own little thing up there. Could be worthwhile to keep exploring this way. Do we have open borders? No. Let's share maps. For 199 bucks, that's actually a great buy for me. A really good buy. And we should buy that at all costs. Because now we can hopefully meet... It's a terrible buy for me. It's a terrible buy for me, and I shouldn't have bought it at all costs. Scott Gareth. I saw Gareth commented on the thing, though. They're still floating about. Damn, so many live viewers still tuning in. It's great to see everybody, too, by the way. Hey, Lucas, I appreciate you. Well, I mean, I guess we got some vision over Harappa. Every cloud has a silver lining. We now have a much better view that we can sail a fleet down this way and bombard the ever-loving crap out of Harappa from the coastline. I like that. Oh, not as much as I like 18 gold out of those, though. Ew! Let's get some of those down. Should I just completely ignore industry and buy everything for the next forever? Maybe. Maybe. Harappa looks like they have resources I should have. They kind of do, don't they? They reek of me-ness. Me-ness, I said. Okay. Nuclear post 1 online. Some might say too early. Alright, we're getting some reasonable upgrades now as well. We've figured out how to pick up a stick made of iron rather than a stick made of whatever that last one was made of. And we've met... I thought that was a witch's hat for a minute. Supreme Ruler Steel Breeze 17.
Salutations.
Hey, nice to meet you. Let's
Myself,
trade luxuries.
I have a proposition for you.
Salt?
I think you'll
Yum, I love salt.
A pleasure to
Cool. And the Lighthouse of Alexandria is perfect for this run. There may be better wonders here, absolutely. But I think we'll take this. Why? Because on our naval units, they'll get 1 extra strength and 2 extra movement. Likewise, when non-naval units are moving across the ocean, that's what naval transport means. Non-naval units in the sea get +1 combat strength and +2 naval movement speed. Very good. This is actually something that I kind of thought we wouldn't get, but we did. The administration needs to annex. Yes, it's clear that we need to assist them with their logistical and managerial needs. Spoken like someone who might quite like Victoria 3. If you like Civ 6, you can like Humankind. Yeah, I generally agree with that as well. Yeah. But I also, once upon a time, I was very picky between my games, and so I understand where people might come from, where they like one and dislike the other. It makes sense. Like, I get it. I feel that. But personally, for me, I tend to agree with you. Why would you not want more option? You don't have to use it. Spend money to make money. Yes. And then let's get this down. Ideally, I'd like it to be in Shipville. There you go, Pete. Better late than never. That feels fitting, right? Staring out into the great unknown of the new world. Let's do it. Thanks, Shipville. You're great. It's a pretty expensive build. We could waste 11 turns on it, but I think that's silly. And what we should probably do instead is just grab just a tiny little industrial base. While I can buy out most things, I can't actually buy out wonders at the minute. So let's get districts like this harbor. Hello. Yes. Here we only have this one tile, so what a terrible waste. What a terrible waste. This will be attached soon. Let's get some visibility up that way. Actually, no. Get back over here. We need all the help we can get, probably. Any last minute units want to come over and help? we're coming up against chariots, archers, 22 combat strength. My warriors are at 20. My swordsmen are at 27. I think, actually, we could probably take this turn. Or place it under siege, maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's have a bit of fun with it. And then we'll send in, like, one archer to just fire a couple of shots at the back. I'm helping! Yes, you are. Go on, boy. With lives. Yeah, you're right. I could also be stacking up food. And then I could buy my wonders with food population. Your sacrifice is not in vain. And everything else with gold money. It's true. Okay. Then. Oh, I meant to click manual, and I accidentally clicked auto. But we managed to survive with one swordsman. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I could re-roll and manually do that, but honestly, that's a fine outcome. We lose some units, which is obviously not ideal. But look, what's a few pop between friends? We'll train up a couple of replacements. In fact, I'll just buy them. Get a couple in each city to have a standing army. On the off chance that something goes a bit pear-shaped. It's always good to have a standing army. Plus 10 industry, plus 6 industry. Yeah, that plus 10 looks good. Let's grab that. And then 1, 2. Okay. And this was, I believe, the last one that I wanted to rename. And from memory, it was C-O-R... a last letter circle, not M. And I've spelled that around the wrong way. Cool. We can maybe get this pumping out the lighthouse of Alexandria. Although without any boats, sir, we don't have any boats. I don't care, dang it. Build the lighthouse. Let me know. Iron? Knights of Hearts of Iron? Question mark? Bruh. Okay. Let's start attaching up. This territory will grab its harbour down. I should have done that a little while ago. Don't tell anybody. And also its iron. And then we'll attach that. Neat. And then this one here is actually almost anyone's for the taking. How's Huckism going? Well, you may or may not have noticed it's glowing down the bottom of the screen, which means that this turn it's ready to move through. Know about Hearts of Iron? Yeah, Hearts of Iron is great. Another Paradox game. Super fun. A DLC just came out for it as well, actually. Think of it as on a normal size map. It's very fun, isn't it, Jonah? I like to make them, firstly.
Hello there.
Secondly, I like to make them overcrowded often. This one isn't. That is very overcrowded, though. Rename that again. And let's also go to the tenant screen. And huck. I see. This was reset when I had to go back for the Carthaginians, was it? Oh boy, that'll be why those harbors are so crappy. I'm actually really pleased to see that, because I was wondering how the harbors were so crappy. Cool. Okay, so we've got the mighty Shlong Dong Christian monument to Huckism. I am the religious leader. Hey, Franklin! Dang it! Mike, I'm on it. I see you. Okay, Huckism has been restored to its former glory, and just in time for the man, the myth, the legend to hear me put on the Doctor voice and give a very kind, hopefully, thank you to
Huck, thank you for your $5 granting a request for donation. Your request has been granted, Requestor. And thank you, Huck, for supporting the stream.
Such fun. Such fun. Thanks, Huck. Knights of Honor. Oh, I don't know about Knights of Honor. Knights of Iron 2. This is a confusing crossover between Hearts of Iron and Knights of Honor. Never heard of it. But thank you for the 2 BGNs. You don't have to donate. You're welcome to just at JumboPixel. Although I think I reply to most things even if you don't, generally. I'm pretty good at reading through the chat, and if I'm not, usually someone else is pretty good at grabbing it. Some of the regulars. Knights of Honor. No, sorry. Never played. Don't know it. Unfortunately. +2 influence on main plaza. +10 influence if from assimilated peoples. This is generally better. We'll grab that, I think. But first, it might be time for a proper poll. In fact, I think it is. As we move through to era number 3, we're actually put up with a really difficult choice. Here we have... although, thinking about it, I think there is kind of an obvious one. We're a trading empire, let's not forget. We have 2 options to choose from. The first is the Norsemen. That last poll, by the way, on YouTube had 100 votes. That's more likes than we have on the video. Amazing. But thank you. We're nearly at 100, by the way. It was 52% vote for Carthage, a 33% vote for Carthage but in red, and then 14 thought we should play for any culture other than Carthage. You, 14%, were royally wrong. Northage. So, there's also a very distinct choice on how the future of this game gets played here. We could firstly play as the Norse. They receive combat strength and movement on their naval units and transports as a trait, so we keep that forever. Their harbour provides money from ransacking. Honestly, not especially good, not something I tend to take advantage of. It's too clicky. But it does provide +5 food per adjacent coastal water and also lakes, but we don't care about lakes. Counts as a farmers in a market. Farmers in market, +5 food from the coast, loads of extra movement and strength. In summary. Then we have Swahili. Loads of extra stability and buffs on harbours, which will allow us to push our civics and that kind of thing to the extreme, so we'll be able to get some different yields out of that. But crucially, really, we're comparing this trait because we have the Lighthouse of Alexandria already to help us skip across most of these islands. Bandari is +3 money per number of unique resources available. It also counts as a farmer's quarter and a market. This would help us much better with our buyout strategy. And they also allow us to embark without any cost. So we move quickly across the ocean, in theory, with our harbour, and then we embark and disembark quickly with this. They're both pretty reasonable strategies, although it's got to be said, this would break all of our existing trade and send us down a path of war. It would be the more profitable path. This will send us more down the path of trade to try and build up the links that we already have, and even actually push that even further with a +3 money. So it's a difficult decision. It will really set the direction of the game. I'm going to take a very quick BRB break to grab a glass of water. Thank you to the 80-ish people who are watching, the 91 who have liked on the YouTubes. Looks like it's a really fun game. I'll have to have a look at it. Knights of Honor 2. All right. Deal. And I will see you in probably 2 minutes. BRB.
Hello there.
Alrighty. Halftime break out of the way. Let me just check. I think your time is broken. Love the energy. Oh, wicked. Thanks, Mike. That's really cool. Okay, let's get back to it. Microwave time. Stupid microwave. Speaking of the microwave, the vote is close. Oh yeah, let's have a look. Aaron, what are we on? Oh my god, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. Come on. Don't do this to me. It's a travesty. Huck, it's a travesty and a crime. Okay. Fame looking alright. Tahito summarized it hopefully perfectly. I like that a lot. I mean, we could jump out that way. Yeah, go on. So we can sail the seas now. Although, now that we're sailing the seas, actually, this thing becomes a whole load more valuable. So let's all of a sudden get everybody working on it, maybe. If there's any sort of last things like this, I'm happy to push them through with money while everybody starts to work on everything else. I mean, that could, population could probably get rid of that one. We'll get money on that next turn. There'll be a little bit of extra industry in there. Could also consider grabbing some extra attaches. Shipville is crying out for a friend. There you go. You do you. Plus 12 food from flood irrigations as well. Quite tasty. And we can get our freaking elephants online too. King of Toto, resubscribe tier 1 for 10 months in a row. You are one of a handful of people, and I really appreciate the support on Twitch. Thank you for 10 months. Getting close to a full year. Also, Naval games are so fun. I agree. I agree. And we're at the big 100. At 100 big dunno. Are we at the big 100? We're at 98! For some reason, adding an emote at the end just sends the emote. Oh. That is weird. Never ran into that before. Okay. Corazon is ours. It's also probably looking for a friend to attach. So let's attach Mira. Mira, I think that's a good idea. That harbor looks too good not to expel 6 population out of the city to get. Sorry. Sorry. And I wonder if just a little bit of basic infrastructure we do first there. I'm immediately backtracking on that plan. I'm gonna raise this desk up too. Whoa, standing desk. Slow down, fancy pants. Hey. Okay. Let's celebrate. Let's exploit actually.
Do something
This is a
clever
4X
today.
game after all.
Scientists
Non-aggression
do
pack with the Morians.
Fascinating.
Might counter that back
I
at them
can
for now.
go for that.
We're just buying their salt, so they're less important. We should try and scope out actually if they're good for a naval landing too.
Ravi de vous rencontrer.
I wonder if they'll give me their map. I don't have the influence. Okay, maybe you can go and find them, huh? With your stupid map. We also have this, which I completely forgot to invest in. Interesting. Let's queue up a couple of cheap technologies. Got a few things on the go, but I think I can manage. I hope you can. Let's march down to knock just in case. Not knock a lot of extra support, but it might be enough. They're gaining +3. I'm gaining +6. We're catching them. We're catching them. Let's invest more into it. +10. I'm going to take them peacefully. And sorry, can't do that. I spent all my influence stupidly on a city-state that I'm going to take peacefully instead of fight. Why? I'm not sure yet, and I very well might backtrack.
In order to feed your people. That should make you
Oh, dear. Okay. Harbour, saffron, and a cheeky little bit of incense to go with it.
Alors? Vous? There is some merit in this.
But not as cheeky as you, Hug. Yeesh. Wow. Your definition of small is different to most. You mad lad. Thank you, Huck. Let me find a voice worthy of it. Let's see. Boomer, maybe? No. Alien? It is a very foreign level of generosity. And party time! Let's do it. And some background noise to boot. Huck, thank you so much for a 50 freaking US$ super chat, the currency of the hour. OMFG, 50 bucks is right. Huck, thank you. Huck says with a stupendously generous donation. 100 likes, triple digits. Thank you, everyone. And I agree. So much. Holy cow. Huck, thank you for supporting the stream and the community and me. I appreciate it on all 3 fronts. You are freaking awesome. You sure you don't want a city? I mean, you've got a religion, and damn do we bow to you. Holy cow, I bow to you. Many times over. Let's get some silk in your honor. Spending a lot of money on some silk, actually. I'm going to knit you the finest silk pillowcase you've ever seen. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much, all right. So generous. Thank you, Huck. Okay. We're catching up really well here. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to throw 400 more bucks at them, and we're going to take that peacefully. I am a money empire after all, so it kind of makes sense that we do some stuff with our money. Any extractor fans? Fans of extractors? Alexander, thanks for being a JumboPixel for 12 months. Apparently it's been 7 months. And you know, I can believe that actually, because when I was doing the research for the Dune video that I did a couple of days ago, after the House Corino update, I realized that had been in early access for 6 months. And I thought, where did that time go? Like, it really doesn't feel like it had been in early access that long. Like, I didn't even realize that update was late until I was doing the research. The returns away from the Lighthouse of Alexandria has me fairly excited. We'll go over here and take this crappy island. This looks like a much better spot for nuclear testing as well in future, so we'll keep that in mind. Position you there, I guess, for a bit of stability. And we're gonna knock down this way. Oh, look at us surge ahead! Our shared influence is rivaled by none. 650. I can save that up over the next 2 turns, so long as I don't forget. And we're good!
15 farmers' quarters. You'll soon be needing another 15 quarters.
Yeah,
just
you've been a member for
food
12 months, but I bring up the Dune because you were very helpful on those Dune streams. I maybe should have clarified that.
Fascinating.
Let's go.
And yet,
Non-aggression pact? Well, I don't know. Chat seems to be voting for Norse, which is going to steer this game more towards militarism. And if we're going to do that, we probably
there's no
want
way to make this
an
work.
enemy.
I do not accept.
And this needy person, the Supreme Ruler Steelbreeze. Shout out to you, Steelbreeze. Could very well be the punching bag here. I see some coastline near some cities. Yeah. Yeah, looks like we're going to be going Norse. And if we're going to be going Norse, then they're going to be a good old punching bag. Any crisis points oppressing my people? I'll demand that they stop.
For your safety cannot.
And then we'll just let that simmer for a bit. Just let it simmer. Time for a sleep. Good night, Octo. Have a great Friday tomorrow. You're fantastic. And I've got this here partly to intimidate, but also kind of because I'm poor. And I think I may need them here in future. Knock should be now, yeah, a perfect 1 turn away, which is great. We're going to assimilate it into the Empire.
The lighthouse of
Same turn that a wonder can be
Alexandria
claimed.
should do marvelous.
And we finished the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Make for
Take a
handsome
look
tourist
at this
souvenirs.
absolutely glorious thing. How good. Look at that. Look at that. What's not to love? Hey? What's not to love? That's a keeper right there. Anyway, back to it. Back to the serious board. Start the assimilation.
You have
And just like that,
assimilated
it's
an
done.
independent people.
Really aggressive.
Every culture,
Don't
greater
ask
or
questions.
lesser, is a building block
Just
in a
assimilate.
civilization. With 15 market
God.
quarters, you'll soon be
And then
using
I can
stacks of
spend a whole lot of money
banknotes.
to upgrade this to a more modern city of the future. Knock. Want to change my vote to Swahili? It's too late. A lighthouse almost in my name. Yeah, true. Good stuff. Okay. Can you? What are you? What are you? What are these units? Let's get rid of this one and this one. Bring these guys up here. Cannot do this. There's not enough free slots. Oh, of course. Okay, let's also get rid of these then, because these are garbage. And should be thrown out. Hey, Present Chain 73, thanks for resubscribing with your Twitch Prime subscription. Woot! For 2 months in a row. A woot indeed. Oh man, I can't believe how close that poll is. It's nearly a 50-50 split. That's insane. But I also kind of understand it, because I'm quite split too. 2 really good sea cultures.
Bienvenue. Vous apportez des nouvelles?
What is going on here? Our relationship is souring a bit with our greatest trade partner. But I think we should be fine. We could open our borders. It would be useful to get naval passage, maybe, down through here, potentially. We'll do that. We'll try and solidify them as our friend. Speaking of solidify, I need to get over here really fast to solidify our claim on this land. So let's train some Oliphants as well, because this will also hopefully keep people afraid of us. Here's hoping. And then over here, this is actually kind of Scienceville, Tennessee. And I want to get a little bit more science going on. So let's get a cluster of science and some scientific research. Like that. Sweet. We need to keep this place alive and thriving with science, ideally. Knock might look to expand out this way. And then we'll grab this puppy, which is another city onto this territory. A reminder, it has the buff to science and also a little bit of influence on its research quarters, so it's pretty decent. Decent. And yeah, that's good. 15 food, 15 money. Some of these are garbage, some of these are glorious. 12 money, look at all that. Cool. Console version of CK3. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the console version of this will look like. November. It's really not far away now. In fact, at the time of recording this, for me, it's the 1st of October. By the way, shameless plug, there'll be a birthday stream coming up. Why no YouTube memberships? What do you mean, Mike? We have YouTube memberships. Look at all the members in the chat with the little things beside their name. Please elaborate. And then maybe also, maybe a Halloween stream at the end of the month too. That could be kind of fun. There'll be those 2 theming opportunities. We also have Victoria 3 coming out this month, October. Waiting on a DLC for Humankind. Waiting on more news around that. We're close to a hype train after Huck resubscribed for 8 months in a row on Twitch. 8 months on Twitch. Yes. Awesome. Huck, you must be one of the longest running over there, I reckon. Because Twitch was slightly later to Twitch than YouTube as well, so... I wonder. At 10 months earlier, I don't know how much more we'd get above that, though. Interesting. But yeah, either way, cool stuff. October, a great month. Time zones shifting more favorably for streams from New Zealand time as well. It's good. It's very good. It's all very good. Ability to use the opponent's airports. Oh yeah, because it's always so annoying when you get caught without an airport. Or a sandworm. If you're that way inclined. Let's get foreign outposts and then hydrology. It's an easy enough couple of turns. Probably not a big deal. Turn 44. Oh, we're actually doing okay. We're doing okay. I feel like I'm being chased down just a little bit. But I'm not. Huck! Cheered 1,000 bits! Oh, here. That requires a voice change. Where are we? And rolls their eyes. Not this clown and his damn voices again. Let's do a dark voice.
Thank you, Huck, for a 1,000-bit cheer. It's amazing. I'm drowning in your generosity.
I need to stop. I'm sorry. I do. Oh, God. Okay. You go that way. You go that way. Everybody pretend like that didn't happen. And hello to 2 new people. It's Autocrat Edgar of the Mayans. The alliteration is fun. And then King Ancestor. Dropping being paid in the US dollars after all. It is nice to see US dollars come through. Yeah, it does take the pressure off the New Zealand dollar flailing under its feet. Crumbling to pieces, I mean. That's what you get. Okay. Anyway, we don't need to talk macroeconomic... Jumbo macroeconomics rant? No. Eagle-eyed, +2 vision range, or +10 science? I think the answer is yes. to the science. We definitely don't need the $5,
You
making
have marked out
500
your
gold a
first
turn.
emblematic
What we
unit.
do need is to get over here. Here's my sailing
Try to
elephant
keep
that I
them
prepared
alive.
earlier. It's going to bounce across and grab that island. We've got this unit hastily, hopefully, getting across there. The terrain actually really difficult to cross. However, this lake, +2 food per state religion follower on territories that follow state religion. I'm hoping this one plays out everywhere. It suggests as though it does. However, it also doesn't imply that it's necessarily I'm assuming it's my state religion, but then how does it work? I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to give me +2 food on this territory. Could, if we're lucky, also give it to us on all of them that follow our state religion. That would feel maybe more in line with the power of +10 science, +5 science? Maybe? I don't know. What I do know is we probably want to shift all the way towards money. Let's
hope that
privatize
there is
the
enough
industry.
innovation and motivation to
And
counteract
also
the
give them our cultural blessing, I think.
They say
With multicultural. We're going to have
alloys
multicultural
are stronger
private
than
industries.
pure metals.
And it's going to be great.
Yes, we're going to see how far that metaphor applies to human societies.
Good night, Mike. Thank you. Stream every day. Hope to tune in again sometime. I definitely do not stream every day. It varies depending on the time of year and what videos I'm working on in the background, so I can't really give you a schedule, I'm sorry. Not my full-time job, although I would like it to be. And with streams like this, it could be one day very, very soon. Even then, I don't know if I'd have a schedule, though, because energy is kind of something that you can't, well, I can't really fake, so if it's not there, it's not there, and if it is there, it is there, you know? So I kind of have to try and be a little flexible. Let's buy these research corners. Ching, 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 ching. And yeah, get those sailing elephants over there. We'll settle here, and we'll settle on the island, a reminder, with trees, not the one without. Because the one with trees will give us industry, and the one without gives us nout.
That should please us both.
What do you say?
I cannot accept this as is. But
We'll just counter that back there. I'm in no hurry. Although I am. Oh, crap, we're gonna get shipwrecked out here if we're not careful. Aha! Free coastal land. Just what the doctor ordered. Let's get you back to base, as tempting as it is to grab that. Shipville's got far too many people. Let's also try and expand our religion. Maybe we get a holy site. Potentially there, actually. We could maybe grab all that industry. Oh, that looks kind of tasty. Let's do that. Finish it in a turn. Yep.
oh,
Pump out Arkism far and wide. I hope so too. Maybe next year, although I said that last year,
we
and
will
it
reflect upon
wasn't
it.
necessarily quite possible. However, there are still months left in this year, so I wouldn't count it out. Only trade luxuries. For now, I think we'll do that.
Proposal makes good sense.
Oh yeah, we
I
will.
say yes.
Oh yeah, we will. You've got a lot of science.
Breaking news.
Baby Long, the city of Wales, plus 20 science on all cities. And some salt. Trade is very good.
With 10
Always
territories.
trade.
Friend.
Always trade.
Whoever you are.
Could even up it to luxuries, but... sorry, up it to strategics. We'll see. Any boaty wonders? The answer is no. So, we'll hold off. Shipville, maybe looking to make some new boaty friends. Look at this island. It's amazing. We should move through. The vote is 50-50. I'm ending the poll. There may have been one either way that might decide it. Sometimes when I end the poll, it gives us the exact count. And so we can figure out if there's like one, if there's a rounding error. The vote was between Swahili, keeping it peaceful, connecting as many resources as possible, and pumping up that money. Or Where are you? The Norsemen. For extra movement and strength on top of our lighthouse. And harbors that favor ransacking and a little bit of extra food rather than innate money from trade. The vote was... Nope, it was actually a perfect 50-50. That gives me, I guess, the power to take the executive decision. Huck, unless you'd like to. You didn't want a city name. Do you want to choose the culture? Go on! Norsemen are objectively cooler. According to 50% of people. Yeah, I don't really mind. We don't have to go to war just because we're Norse, and we don't have to stay peaceful just because we're Swahili. I think I might take the Norse. If I want to fight you, I should really take Swahili if I want to keep you safe. That's kind of my decision. The oceans aren't very large. I don't think we even need the extra movement. I think Swahili is probably the better pick. Norsemen are generally cooler. Swahili it is! You're speaking Swahili? Let's do it! Damn. I'm just going to grab it right now, too. We're ahead on fame. We should capitalize on this momentum, even though a few stars are very close. If we capitalize on this momentum, we could do very well for ourselves. Ooh, speaking of, can we get a contingent out that way? What are you? A horse. See if you can find a boat. Rhetoric, siege tactics, it's all fine. Idle armies desperately trying to make landfall, and there's just nowhere for them to get up. Oh my god!
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind.
I'm not your Huckleberry.
And we immediately use it to find a new future.
Amazing.
Let us see if this culture
Amazing.
will bring
Also,
you
I'm disappointed we
dreams
didn't
or
get
your
that hype
nightmares
train. Your
to
bits really
fruition.
should have set that off. I don't understand that. I like them because then rewards are given out. It's a nice, like, it would be cool if YouTube did that too. But, alas, we move on. Take this on the way, or... Yeah. Let's get some of these. Look at this. We're going to start really rolling out a whole lot of cash money now. The Swahili harbors are going to be fan-freaking-tastic for our economy. And from there, we can kind of do whatever we like, right? The beauty behind the Swahili thinking, I suppose, is that we don't have to go to war to leverage extra income. We can just leverage income out of it. We've got the cheaper buyout costs as well, let's not forget, thanks to playing as Carthage. So we're making more money and everything is cheaper. I probably don't need to put my economist hat on to tell you that that is a good deal. I'd also like to get a new city if we can get... feudalism done. What's in the way of it? Nothing. We're doing it as fast as we can. So, we're becoming feudal as fast as we can. Okay, good. That would be a really useful forward war base. Like, stupidly useful. This unit is gonna perhaps perish, though. Yeah, it will. Okay, get back to Shipville. You're not the boat that we're looking for. Shipville will instead smash out some of these harbors. Oh. Do I want to smash it down? I probably do. Sorry. We bowled down history today. It's a sad day. But it always happens. Sigh. Okay. Stability's totally fine, and we'll probably never have to build any of those stability-inducing things ever. Fingers crossed. Thanks to playing as the Swahili. And having next to no districts built is also helping. It's got to be said. Get those gold ones down by the sea. Down here, we would like to keep pumping out the research districts, please. But first, Bandari, always. Putting one in that lake's kind of funny. Let's do that. I'll build all of my nuclear ships here. And then maybe a kind of aggressive one. Fine, that'll do. This place desperately needs industry as well. Let's throw everybody on industry and food. In fact, expert policy, chuck money to the back, is probably a good idea for any city that is really behind on its infrastructure like that one. And also this one. Should we just burn it down? It's tempting. Maybe if I just spend about 20 turns to play catch up. Oh dear. Okay, new wonder time. I wonder which one we should get. Good night, friend. Finally got you live. Seen a few of most of your videos, but never got you live. Oh, well, a big old
Hello there.
to you. Okay, so Angkor Wat will combine really nicely with Huckism to feed the people. The rest of these, Great Zimbabwe actually could be better in terms of cranking up our money in the short term anyway. And then we have Notre Dame and Toldaiji. So it's really just those two. Doing a lot of trade at the moment. So plus 2% per money of unique resource on Empire. Or do we want to convert +1 food per faith? Let's have a look. 6. We want the money. Yes. I think we want the money. Let's grab it. Great Zimbabwe, one of the DLC wonders. It's important to note you haven't seen it before. Womp. I might have to wait a little bit to build it though. It's nice to just have it reserved, I think. Exclamation points, in case you didn't tell by that little hint that I just gave. It's an inkling that they're from the DLC, Pete. And it's not actually just on the wonders either. You'll notice that little exclamation point on, if you have the setting on, I think you can turn it off. I think it's on by default. You'll see it on events. You'll see it on cultures. You'll see it on, my understanding is everything, or at least most things that are to do with the DLC when you're making a decision. Just to let you know, hey, it's in the DLC. Although it is quite a small exclamation point, so I could understand that players might just completely miss it. Especially in a game where there's, you know, loads of information being processed. CK3 multiplayer. Yes, well, I've heard, as you know, that it can be a good time. I don't know, though. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break just to grab a water refill. I seem to have guzzled that down like this elephant guzzling water out here in the desert. And I will be right back, probably about 2 minutes. Don't go away. But if you do, thanks for joining us. Those king players as vessels. Yeah. Yeah. The structure is definitely there, you're right. Have I tried it? Yes, but I'm not experienced enough to really give any sort of, any real, like, proper takes or advice. Although it seems to work well. Interface is good. Dune multiplayer, that is. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Especially for early access. But again, pretty limited experience. Okay. Let's go. Gameplay? Yes. Welcome back. Me. We've just taken this poor island. A little bit of iron, some strategic resources. Could be a reasonable science outpost, actually. And then we're going to send these dudes there to have a look at Parsa. We've got a lot of whales. How do I get up here? Are you kidding me? It was right there all along? No. Oh, man. Talk about going around the long way. Terrible. Oh, boy. Okay, let's have a look at this independent people. I'm going to send these units over there as well. Land rights allow us to use money to attach, merge, and claim. That is, for obvious reasons, very, very good for an empire like ours. Shipville. I want to get over to that new world. What have you got? Quads. I'm going to change our priorities here a little bit. Take seafaring mastery after feudalism and then pop back for that extra garbage. Good garbage. Because I want a slightly better boat. See if you can find a boat. Our movement is awesome, though. All of our cities are really laden down with production at the moment, except apparently for this one, which has got nothing better to do. So, let's get to work. We've got some brilliant harbors to get constructing, and then let's get the Great Zimbabwe too. Why not? Corazon, sure. Loads of rivers here, which means there are an incredible number of tiles pumping out a lot of good resources. We want to be able to farm as many of them as we can. Try and find any area that actually that's good for that. Like maybe there. Here-ish actually could be quite good. Grab all this stuff. Yeah, 5 food down there. Yeah. That'll do. And you can finish what you're doing. And then get to work. Looks like there's some conflict going on over on this island. I'd like to send my little spy to go and have a look. Oh, Alexander, thanks. That would be really cool. There'd be a lot of people who would appreciate that. Why do we have an archer here? Oh, one of life's many questions. Okay, that's fine. Let's take this island for 95 bucks. I'm gonna go on a colonizing rampage. Just try and stop me. And we can bounce out and bounce onto these islands as well because we're the Swahili. Wonderful little combination that I can use to just island hop my way to colonial heaven. Grab that too. Very good. Oh, it's so good. Isn't the extra movement out of the Swahili just absolutely brilliant? So what we can do now is spread across all of these dotted territories hook them up in new cities, which we'll be able to do even better now that we have feudalism. We've got the colony model. It's perfect. We're setting up a medieval colonization of the new world. We'll consent to this merchant from afar because we are a trading people. What we do. And for now, we'll take a non-aggression pact. We could maybe look to build some additional trade routes. Yeah, let's do it. This is really good for the Empire. Look at me. I'm dressed up looking much wealthier than I was last era. The Dune MVP. Yeah. I reckon. Yeah, no, there would be a lot of people who would like that. Okay. Bye. Thanks, by the way. I'll check the Discord later. That's really cool. Very exciting. Okay. Coffee, marble, obsidian. Wow, look at that look at that.
Friend,
hold on.
You look well.
Damn. We are like two totally different peoples, aren't we? Look at the difference in culture displayed in the way that these two leaders are dressed. That's pretty cool. The Mississippians. Very cool. Okay. Grab that. Grab that. 19 industry is tempting. And it's probably a lot better than most. Yeah. Except for maybe food. We can future-proof ourselves a pinch. And then grab 2 extra industrial districts just to help knock out a little bit. It's looking to hungry hippo. It's way over here and absorb that up. Neat. It could actually keep going in its hungry hippo level of absorption. Although I quite like the idea of having this place bigger. But why? I've got plenty of space for science districts. I really need it to be bigger. Yeah, that's a good point, me. Maybe I'll leave that, actually. Corazon, how big are you? Okay.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or
2 new territories ready to be established. This one already has its harbour, so it's well ahead of schedule. Let's attach it up to anybody who can. Knock. It's yours. You're doing a great job. Oof. And here is another brilliant example of the beauty of humankind. So we've staggered over this way. We've found this new island. What we can do now, in true medieval Swahili fashion, will be to establish it in greatness. We'll start with a harbour right up to the north, above these geysers. You say geyser, I say geyser. We'll then take the iron, and what we could even do after that is attach it up to the capital. A crowning jewel in our capital city. I like it a lot. Very cool. Very cool. Good, actually. How about this for a double whammy? We've got plenty of influence, so let's immediately connect up these resources. 2 times salt. Great for a salty lad like me. And 2 of these artisans' quarters. Providing us with just a whole lot of food across the board, really. And also science, too. Look at that. Plus 30 science now. I'd like to get the wondrous effect as well. Build an inland harbour to celebrate our greatness. And that is looking really good. Do we share a land border? No. That's really good. Yeah. Tempted to slay them. But I will resist. Edward.
Your next project
Hello
will be
there.
building enough
Thank
vaults to
you.
store all the loot. A new independent people. And who are they? Time will tell if
This
they
is
are
interesting.
helpless. You have unlocked
This is
seafaring.
very interesting.
Ah,
The Swahili era is nearly over, and it's actually one I
hungry oceans.
I
You can
love
of course
you
travel anywhere
back.
you want now, and have a better chance of getting away with it.
Oh crap! Do I want to take this? I mean, I do, but if we trigger the fight, those three are going to get involved.
Greetings.
So what we're going to need to try and do instead is find a way around. While we're not fighting, we should probably be trading. So grab as much of that as we can.
Zeus has been incarnated in a magnificent statue by
This is a
somebody
beautiful big
else.
blob. Shipville. Would you like to live up to your name? It's time. It's time that we do what this stream is all about. And take to the seas! Yes. Good. And Huck with a $2 super says, no, I love you. I'm going to assume it was with that level of attitude and enthusiasm. It's the, yeah, Alexander's right. It's the Spider-Man meme and everybody's pointing at each other. Oh, that is good. Speaking of pointing at each other, actually, there could be a little bit of finger pointing here as we move through into era number 4. Okay. Here we have the Dutch. They have a boat in their thumbnail. They're not just trying to clickbait you, although arguably they are a little bit actually, because their warehouse is not very conducive to fast, efficient empire building. In fact, it's the total opposite. We have to get hamlets, place the hamlet down, then place the warehouse. In not all cases, but in most, we're going to need to do a bit of a workaround to get this thing to work. Why? Because it gives plus 20 money per adjacent harbour. Now, I have a lot of harbours, right? This is like the dream for the Dutch. They're frothing because this is one playthrough where I have an incredible number of harbours. Can we get close enough to them without wasting an entire era unlocking hamlets, building the hamlets, to then not really build the harbours? I'm not sure. They're a little slow to get online. For what, to be fair, is plus 20, which is nice, but the harbours that I was just building were giving me like plus 45. So, to put it into context, I don't think this is very good, but it is very on theme. They also have the flute. Pronunciation help needed. Joe, could come back to you. Venetians, though, are the other biggie. Civ 5 fans rejoice. The Venetians, money on trade routes and money per naval trade routes. Yeah, that's likely to yield a lot more money than the Dutch harbours will build, even at their height. Then we have their unique district. This is worse, though, it's got to be said. I think that neither of these districts do a great job at making money. This one is arguably a little worse, except for a hidden gem here. Plus 1 money on tile producing money counts as a market quarter. This is what's insane, because this isn't a trait. It's not plus 1 money a trait. It's stackable. Plus 1 money on tiles producing money. And we can build a lot of these. So our tiles producing money can go up by like 10 money each. Again, the warehouse, the Dutch, they're just garbage. In Humankind games, early modern era, I think that the Dutch, I think they just don't deliver enough for me. However, I'm not the supreme overlord. He said. Lying. But I will run a poll nonetheless, because they are either way still two naval options. Joseon could be the third because of their gunboat. Visually, the Dutch are fantastic. It's true. They do have other upsides. They do. Plus 1 money per population on all cities. We can't really capitalize a lot off that, but that could be another way that you could scale them up to crazy ways. Let's have a look at our harbour adjacency, see if there's any way to do it in any reasonable time. So we could get plus 1 adjacency there quite easily, so that would be plus 20. Again, it just doesn't really feel worthwhile. Here, again, we're looking at a single adjacency. There was one where I was planning with it in mind, and I was able to a lot more. See down here? Here we can get a double adjacency there, a double adjacency there, or on land there, actually. There and there. So down here it works better. But even then, personally, I don't think it's worthwhile. I think they're underpowered. This army is looking a little hungry here, actually. We'll think about that. Look at that ship. Yeah, that is a nice looking ship. It's true. We don't have a lot of good ships either. Speaking of... Oh no, don't set sail just yet. Actually, hold on. We want to put a horse on board. Somebody chuck a horse on that boat. Fantastic. Okay. Now we set sail for the quote-unquote new world, aka that island. We're also going to meet the unknown player. It's going to be good. Still balancing it somewhat regularly. Yeah, we're getting free updates around once a month. There's often balanced stuff in them. They've been slightly less regular over the last, I've observed, month, maybe 2. But they do have the expansion pack announced coming out, TBC. So maybe there's a bit of that involved behind the scenes. Flute is a sound that English doesn't have. You could type the word F-L-U-I-T. You've captured my interest. You would hope there would be lots of words that English wouldn't have. English is dreadful. Okay. No offense. The Queen's English. It's fantastic. Pop down there. Sorry, the King's English. Jeez. That's going to be a difficult one to adjust to. Okay. More boats. They're actually taking hits in these rough seas. We might need to find a friend. How about you? Ugh. Or I could just beeline and hope for the best. Beelining and hope for the best will work, but let's play it a bit smarter. We'll move to this coastal tile and heal, and then we'll be fully healed, and we'll just go and stretch over here like this and hope for the best. Yeah, great. Really good. I sure hope that works. Flowed? It sounds like you squished an A into flowed. Flowed? 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 Something like that, I'm hoping. One of those sounds will be right, and I'll edit it into the word in post. Do I want to claim this straight away? Yes! It looks like, actually, this could be a really important land bridge out into here. So we get some harbors going on this side, maybe, if there's coast, and then we can pump through. It's a pretty good setup, anyway. Sounds like you squish an I into flute. Flute? Flute? There we go. I must have enough sound bites now. I must. Oh dear. Heavy infantry and chivalry. And... okay, here we go. The big stretch. Go, you brave boys! We won't forget you. Look, I'll send mine off. Here comes my fruit ship. Bam. Coffeeville. Oh, glorious. This is a better strategic position than that island. I'm going to settle a new city right here. Welcome to Kilwa. "24 industry up in Dim Hills. We'll farm a little bit of food down on the coastline.
15 makers' quarters. At this rate,
And
the entire city is going to turn into an automaton.
pump out some boats. In fact, let's convert these guys into population. Let's allow Kilwa to hoover. Okay, Kilwa. Jump into its neighboring territory. Grab the horses. Grab that. And now we start to build a fleet. It's granted not the best right now, but for the era, it's probably pretty decent. Boom. What combat strength are we on? 36? What have you got? 22. Alright, let's go ruffle a few feathers. Frevers. Great Fish Market plus 53 buckaroos. That's a woof right there. This place is Dollar Billsville. A little bit of food and industry near the core, and then it stretches out around this way for money. Nice. Let's have a look at our diplomatic screen. So, there's huge war support here against the Goths. Relatively hesitant against the Mississippians. The Aztecs seem to think that they can call out a whole lot of stuff, but not actually push it.
Why do you come here to
And then we have you.
There's just no way to make this work. I do not accept.
Interesting.
This is getting us.
The Franks. It's a reasonable strategic expansion, right? Because we don't really need to strategically expand down here. But if we could get a better foothold up this way, that would be pretty good. Leventa? Who are you? How did you get here? Okay. Well, infrastructure it is. Flout. In German it's called Flüte. Flütze. 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 Probably terrible pronunciation. Very good. Okay. In that one. Who are we looking at
As
now?
feudal structures.
How did your
prove
vote go?
The Axiomites,
The Venetians
farmers
at
with faith.
54% and the Dutch at 46. It's a decision, but I'm embarrassed at how close it is. Shockingly. Jeepers. Okay, we're looking very comfortable. I think we move and seize the momentum rather than seizing the fame. Let's take the Venetians for their extra money on trade routes. Try and get this established as quickly as possible as well. Upgrade my outfit too. Looking fan-freaking-tastic. And looking to, I think, fight you. Red. I think their strategic importance is good. We can expand here. Then we have a neighbor with green and a neighbor with purple on both sides. We have you reasonably ring-fenced here. The fighting me near Babylon. I don't know about that. On Xbox in November, got any tips? Yeah, Raven, you could say I've got a few. On the channel, maybe one or two. Just a couple around the edges. Fast and loose, I would say make sure you trade a lot. Stick around and get as many of your fame stars as you can within the time limit of the game. Always important. Try and push out those errors unless you're really steamrolling. Those would be two key pieces of advice. And the third would be to make sure that you have your number of cities maxed out, if not over cap. Follow those three simple things and you'll be able to build a relatively good empire. Gonna get a lot of new sales when console releases. Am I? I don't know. I was thinking about that. Console releases for 4X games, to my knowledge, are nowhere near as popular as their PC releases. And I could definitely be wrong, but I don't know. When I think about how will it compare to the PC release, I tend to think it will probably be a drop in the ocean in comparison to the interest in Humankind, say a year ago when it was just releasing on PC and people were getting to look at it and getting their hands on it for the first time. However, I'm so happy to be proven wrong. Maybe there are a lot of console players out there who don't own a computer that can play Humankind that are wanting to pick it up. There's also potentially the Game Pass element as well. Maybe that's kind of an unknown. How will that play out on console? It's likely much more prolific, I'm guessing, on console than it is on PC. And Humankind being a Game Pass game, I'm assuming it's coming to Game Pass on console. It could reach a wider audience that way too. That's my high-level thoughts. Not very well thought through on it. There's also a question of whether that base are interested in learning as much as a PC base. I suspect they won't be, or watching it, or learning about it. Going that next step further to type it in onto YouTube is a step that most casuals may not take. Casuals. It's cold in the shade. Okay. Non-aggression pact. Yeah, you're quite far away, Toxic. You're quite useless too. Maybe we stomp you. Are you last? Might as well be. Got a fleet nearby. Could give them a wee test run. Interface heavy game on console? Yeah, me neither. Me neither. There's a lot of pressure on console UI to get it right with this kind of game, I think. A lot of pressure. I'm really looking forward to trying it out, actually. It'll be interesting. Okay, we built those immediately. Let's find a test tile. Here we go. Rapture. $16 out of that market quarter. Okay. And now it should be at 18. Sweet! So every time I build one of these Venetian land-based districts, we're going to get an extra gold on not just that tile, but every single tile that's producing gold. Every single resource, every single market quarter, everything. Harbors as well, got a lot of those. There's another 3. Bonk, bonk, bonk. This place, slowly working on its science, is going to help the cause as well with a little bit of cash money. Throw out some pops for some of that early infrastructure as well. Takes a bit to get used to, but in the end it works. Yeah, I've heard some very varied reviews for the Civilization 6 console port, particularly on Switch. I never actually ended up buying it on Switch myself, but I wanted to try it. You know, because bringing it to mobile is arguably doing something maybe much more impactful than just simply bringing it to a PlayStation.
You have built a first
Maybe? I don't know.
harbor to construct
Again,
and
I'm
launch
kind
the
of just
vessels
guessing,
of the
but
Empire. Time
it
to
feels like
stock
it
up
could
on
be. But then
champagne
again,
bottles.
it's that difficulty, isn't it? Of why would I, as a PC player, reach to my console? I probably wouldn't, except out of curiosity. Unless it were mobile, right? I might be interested in taking it on the go. Okay. Maybe. Should we go and fight San Lorenzo with these 3 boats? We could probably get some out of Shipsville. Send some crossbows as well. Yeah. Let's get, like, 2 of those. And 2 of those. And 2 of those. And we'll go and have a look. See if we can find a mate. I'll chuck some boats in here too, just because this is a boat game. We need more boats! Here we go. International trading. I don't think we need that. I think we're in a dominant enough position that we don't need to settle for that kind of second best attitude.
It all sounds well and good until they start worshiping.
We'll become a little bit more open-minded too.
And bank accounts.
Loves the PS4 version of Civ 6. Interesting. I don't think I've ever tried it, actually. Bosses, huh? Okay. I haven't used my merchant ability in a very long time, and we could be using, look at this, 10,000 bucks. I mean, I'm making, it's only 4 turns, but still, it's 4 turns. It's good. It's good.
Is a dangerous
Let's
thing,
then pump that straight back in
this city is not
to
dangerous.
getting these unique districts online. And now let's check back in on this tile. How's it doing? 19? Oh, we need to get these territories. Yeah, and I have too many cities anyway. So, and we have so much stability that what we need to do is hopefully start to merge some of these together. Let's beeline patronage. Lots of good things. Let's. Oh crap! I kind of want that gunboat. But we need gunpowder to get the gunboat. So let's get gunpowder, then the gunboat, then patronage, then supply lines, then chartered economies, then 3-masted ship. Okay, good. I'm able to catch a stream for once. Hey, Aubrey. Wonderful. Here's a big old
Hello there.
to you. Yeah, that adaptive controller by Microsoft looks really interesting. Hey, I've always been quite fascinated in that, actually. They seem to put a lot of effort into that. It's quite admirable. Like, because it's clearly a product that there'll be a lot of demand for, but somewhat niche. But the demand that is there is strong, so it's really cool to see. What do I want to do with these boats? I think we'll just sort of linger. Linger on the the port of St. Lorenzo. More boats? Yes. We can squeeze one more and then we'll have Really an armada, you might say. Don't have the $500 required to capture that, and that's really annoying. Sorry, transfer. Harbor. Attach. Neat. There's an expansionist star. Not that we especially needed it, but pretty nice nonetheless.
Listen very carefully. I have a
Demonstrate genuine
Oh,
fairness.
you're like non-negotiable language, well, that's a bit rich. Considering you were the one who slay my knight in neutral territory, honestly, it's lucky I'm not an emotional man. Yeah, hey, I agree, Huck. I agree. Too right. Oopsie. I was wondering. I was like, that's a cool name. More ways to increase the city cap. Yeah, it is a bit stuck, isn't it? There maybe should be. Thinking about it off the top of my head, there could probably be a few extra cultures with extra city cap. Like at the moment, if you could take the Persians, and it makes them really strong. Maybe a little too strong because they're sort of one of the only ones that give you extra cities through culture development outside of the tech tree, which is really the primary source. A little bit of civic-y action, but yeah, maybe they need to add that in a bonus to religion or cultures. Maybe the new diplomatic one kind of makes sense because there's sort of a governance bureaucracy sort of overlap between that and the number of cities you have, so it could maybe fit with them. Terra Invicta. Yeah, I thought about it. There were lots of comments on that post. I'm not sure if Terra Invicta is a very enjoyable game to stream unless you can be present for basically the whole time. Was why I'm not streaming it. Basically. I feel that it's harder to, like, probably the hardest experience of the ones on my shortlist to stream because of that difficulty in telling the story. But I don't know. Absolutely open to it. Of course. It's pretty fun. Very different. Very fun. Somewhat hardcore. I wouldn't expect top tier gameplay. But I've got a reasonable adjustment with it. I had early access to a press preview, which was pretty cool. Attach that up as well. Yeah, that looks really good. This place looks fantastic. We're making so much money. It's good to be wealthy. I'm not sure about that tile though.
At the moment, your empire is the greatest. You are leading the pack. The pack is at the end of
The
its
Huckers,
now,
yeah.
and you
How long
have
is a full
secured
Terra
your
Invicta game?
place in history forever.
From my own knowledge, around 40 to 50 hours. You could potentially finish it much faster, depending on difficulty, speed, experience. The reviews that I was reading, I read that another reviewer had spent 50 hours on a game. My take is more that 30 to 40 could be appropriate. You could maybe blitz through one in around 20, maybe, I don't know. It's a long game though. Yeah, it is. Yeah, grand strategy. Yeah, space grand strategy. And a very fun one. But as I discussed in my review of it, there are a few different moving parts, a lot of complexity. The UI is also not the most user-friendly, which again, maybe doesn't make it as enjoyable to stream. Like I can stream spreadsheets, but I don't. It's me being a little crude. It's actually brilliant. But another very common complaint is that the UI isn't especially user-friendly or good-looking. It's carrying a lot of information in its defense. A lot of info. I think it could work though. Don't get me wrong. And I'd be happy to do it. I'll include it in the next poll. Because maybe I'm wrong. one might say it's happened 1 or 2,000 times before. This basic infrastructure is crying out to be built. Yikers. Get this army ready. We'll just finish that with a bit of cash too. Unfortunately, it's going to mess with them a bit because of the boats. That's okay. Cool, and we're away. All right, let's send one ship ahead to scout. It's as if he planned it. Yeah, absolutely. It's an early access experience. Whatever that means. It varies a lot. It's a very washy term. Machu Picchu. City scan food equal to 50% of the food produced by Machu Picchu City. No. Anything to do with boats? Not really. We've kind of looked through this before. Topkapi Palace is really nice. A really good complete the game kind of wonder. There's not really anything else that particularly excites me, except for plus 50% money on Settled City. That could be quite good. Is there one city in particular that's making a ludicrous amount of cash? Nah, there isn't. It only nets me about 200 bucks. I don't really need 200 bucks. Not to sound ungrateful. Just don't know if we do. Episode 8 and barely getting into space combat? Yeah. It's a very long form game. Like I say, like 40 to 50 hours would be about right. If I was streaming it, we would not get finished. Like we just wouldn't. You'd have to really put a lot of time into it. That probably means that it's quite, like from a content creation perspective, it's probably a good thing to make content on. I'm sure that streamer that you're talking about, or creator, has likely more views than their average, or perhaps an average of their size. And I theorize, not to bore you too much, it's probably because the game doesn't, in my opinion, lend itself very easily to streaming or content creation. It's very long form, and a lot of information on the screen at one time. Not especially beautiful, others might argue. And therefore, I mean, it's difficult to put that amount of time to stream into it. You know, like I haven't even streamed for 50 hours this month. But we could do like a one-time look kind of thing or something, maybe.
Indeed, there is a difference between inspiration and
doing a full playthrough though. Oof. As a viewer, I would be worried about watching someone play it if I was invested in their series, because I would be afraid that they might not finish the series. I don't know about this. Siri couldn't find that on the web either. We could have a laugh. The Germans are probably what we want. This is kind of the first time that I can stretch away from the money-making cultures. The Siamese are another one. They have a floating market. We could keep through, make the money, do them. I kind of think, though, the way that this game is gearing up, we're well ahead. Let's grab some extra strength out of the Germans. +3 combat strength on naval units, on civilian units in the water, and air units as well. Very cool. Let's grab the Germans. Again, I'm not going to hang around. My best advice normally would be to stick about. But because we're doing so well, we're going to try and ride the momentum rather than riding the fame and stars wave. Floating market is sweet. Yeah, it is. It is. Two actually really nice choices in this era. Thinking out loud, it could be the most difficult one after era number 3. And maybe the only other difficult one. I don't know.
Yes, I cannot dispute the benefit in that.
Now that you have trade links with everyone, you can at least
I think we'll move on you,
if you can't make peace.
because you're a fun target. And Here's a fleet I prepared earlier. The city cap is hurting me quite a bit. I want to go over it, but I can't. What we need to do is get military architecture. Let's get that. That will let us merge some of these together so they can be less of a bureaucratic mess. It's hard to hold authority over so many different jurisdictions, I guess. Build all that. That's quite the build. I like it. Oh god, don't look at that infrastructure. That's so embarrassing. Dollar Billsville. Living up to its name. Yeah, baby. Let's get a big stinky factory too. A couple of coking works. Why not? Unclaimed wonders in this era. Statue of Liberty. Plus 10 money. We're not really vying for plus 10 money at the moment. I might actually lean back into one of these foodie ones for a minute. Angkor what? Angkor what? Canley mode in Dune. No. I have not. All good for immediately chucking it back in, by the way. No stress. The heathens. How is Sarcasm doing? Oh. Oh! Oh, we are losing that religious game. Okay, let's quickly try and save that. I'm going to make that actually priority number 1 here. We can't let this religion die out. Okay, let's get that wonder done. There'll be a little bit of faith. I haven't chosen a single culture that's given us any. Let's also close our borders to our vexed neighbor, just to stop as much movement of people. Angkor Wat? Done. Should we get another wonder in here? Machu Picchu. The ultimate combo. Oh no, there's not a mountain! Disaster. Can I attach one? Is there a mountain anywhere? Earth to mountain? Come in mountains? I may have made a very big mistake. Oh, I can't. No. Look at this. Who tries to build Machu Picchu and doesn't have a mountain? Can I take a mountain? There's not a single damn mountain on this earth. Okay. I'm just gonna reload that. Because, there may also not have even been one anywhere. Anywhere. That is really quite something. Really quite something special. I am quite something special. Okay. Right. Where were we? Angkor what? Yes. Stupid. Okay. Right. Cue that up. 2 turns. Plain 8.
Listen very carefully.
Counted that. Cut off. Not fully, but a little bit of the free movement of people here.
This treaty. It is mediocre and I'm being generous, but we can live with it.
Grab that salt from that scaredy boy. Huckism is supreme. It will be. But I have to admit, I've turned my back on it a bit. We don't want to expel the population because that'll be bad for that growth. kind of want more holy districts. But we've not got none because we've worshipped the mighty dollar the whole time. And also a little bit of science, maybe. Here.
Knowledge. In a
Oh, we got
form
gunners.
and such
I want those gunboats too.
become available to all. This is no small
I think we need at least a second gunpowder. And the technology, I guess. But that's pretty decent. I'm happy. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. You're the scout. Quote, unquote. Alright. Go, you brave boys! Wait, hold on. No! Okay, we'll upgrade them when they get there. It's fine. Hello. What are you doing out here in open seas? Don't you know this is my land? You fool. Alright. This is good. Lavinta? Hardly know her. Let's
Site
build
of
this.
Angkor Wat is worthy of reverence, not merely for the temples, but for the
Build a
care
garrison
it
there
took
too, because that
water
looks like
irrigation.
fun. Let's also get some up this way. Dot them across the land.
Look at what a competing empire has accomplished.
Just to let them know.
A gasp of
Is that
wonder,
free land?
a cry of
No.
astonishment,
Okay. I think we should get a standing army here in Lavinta. This could be a very important territory for the future of this game. Get the city watch and those garrisons. The city watch. This can be like a little forward outpost for our units to stand in. Be kind of sweet. For completion's
Cultural
sake,
wonder.
let's round it out.
In my considered opinion, one of your competitors garnered a lot of
And
fame
then,
monstrosity.
seeing as we're going to be training units here, let's also give them an armory so that they are trained with some sort of veterancy behind them. Also get the watchtower so that we get extra vision with these garrisons. And then... Guns, 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 guns! Let's get all the guns. Up there. Oh, and we can use our militarist ability now too. What kind of militia do we have? After centralized power, we'll get the home guard, but even these ones are probably okay. Boom. What can we upgrade these into? Pikemen. Nice. Oh boy. Don't you know? You know, the Huckism was a big slip, actually. A huge slip. It looks like it is gaining some control back, though. Maybe we have to smite the non-believers. Harappa? You look tasty! We'll hit those guys with some upgrades next turn. Because we're not exactly a threatening show of force here, are we? Let's take out some of these peaceful boys in the sea. Here's our first manual naval battle. Should have the Eiffel Tower for industry. +1 per population. It's probably not so good right now. My people are too weak. Are too weak. Well, they are too weak. We don't have enough population. I'm going to let these guys deploy because I feel like my boats destroy them. So let's let them sail out and see what kind of damage they can do. Here in the open sea, I have my cogs, 39 combat strength. They have horses, 8 combat strength. Well. That's a yikes. Sweet. Naval dominance? Check. Military stars? Check. We can claim another wonder though. Yeah, +1 industry per population on cities. Blah. +36 industry. It's about 1.5 industrial quarters. I get about 400 gold out of the Taj Mahal. That's around 10 to 15 makers quarters. So that's a much better investment. And I mean, the same goes. There are loads that will be, at the moment, better than the Eiffel Tower. What I actually need is some faith. It's my one yield that I'm way, way behind on. So let's build St. Huck's Cathedral. +1 faith per district and +20 faith. Okay. Good. Shipville, you do have a few districts. You down here, though. Old Science Place with the Wander. I think we'll build the church in your honor down here, Huck. Because then we can fill this full of science districts and use this as our science hub. Naval dominance against cavalry and boats. You're supposed to say the first part really loud, Alexander. And then the second part, very quiet. Very quiet. Either way, we showed him who was boss. Boom. And with that, it's now lunch timer for me. With 3 hours and 20 minutes in, and I'm gonna save it here because it actually also is kind of a good natural point because this game is about to turn into a very different game. As we move through into the more modern eras, we're going to get a better look at some of the more modern boats that I'd like to, at the very least, have a play with. We'll leave our toady on our island so that we have someone of reasonable strength, and then we can head around the outside and maybe test out our ships initially at a couple of weaker targets, and then move through into the late game where we're actually going to have time on our side to spend maybe half the game at most in the late game. I was hoping to kind of set it up this way. I'll put us onto the ending screen because I am ending. I was hoping to set it up this way because it's hard to spend a lot of time with the late game units. This save file has worked out pretty well for us to be able to do that. So, next Humankind Naval stream, it'll have to be next week, hopefully sometime. We'll continue with this. There's a lot more fun to be had, hopefully. Also, maybe some nukes. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Before I go and depart, I want to say a huge thank you to the man, the myth, the absolute freaking legend, Huck Houston. Huck, your generosity is unparalleled. And also the effort that you put into the community is not rivaled by most. Thanks also to, I remember, Pete, OMG W2F BBQ LMAO LOL, many times. You are truly a knight of iron. Block of Chalk YT, Frankie and Pete had a couple of $10 earlier. Aaron, Mika with a Euro mic. And I think we also very early on had Aaron, the Immortal Sin, and I think, let me just check. Yes, and 50th Cal. And I think that's all my shout outs. Mortish to you too. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend wherever you are, whatever it has in store for you. Hopefully something vaguely exciting or restful. One of the two. And I'll see you next time.